Dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun,
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 dun.
dun, 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 dun.
I don't have my cool soundboard for that. Soundbird. Welcome, everybody. I got this.
We team them up and actually sounds half decent. And then,
the follow up. Yeah. Yeah. Woo.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. I don't know if it was a
shout
burp,
out
a
to
fart, or
a
a...
background. The demon of.
I don't know what we got actually. Oh, we could do.
Oh God. Nope, that's the wrong one.
Okay.
No. There we go. Hello. Welcome to the real BBC bagging, boarding, and chatting. I've got no bags. I got no boards. I got no comics.
I do when I'm still not fucking. Why aren't I doing any of it?
Go get it.
You fool.
Go get it. You fool of a duck.
We are back after my very first week off from YouTube ever. I'm gonna do that again under much better circumstances next year.
I mean, there was a joke there, Gary, that I don't want to say about what all it took for you to take some time off, but you know,
we lost. I talked about it. The whole story's in the beginning of yesterday's Nooner, so we're not going to repeat it there. But my brother-in-law, my wife's little brother JT, passed away suddenly, very suddenly. It's been very sad. But I promise you, if it was reversed and I croaked, he would probably go to half my funeral and then go work on a boat. So, that's just the way he was. And I love him to death. I'm going to miss him. But I love what I do. And I want to, when my dad passed away, I went back to work in 3 days because it helps, it just helps you keep your mind level. And you're still sad. You're still mourning, but, life goes on. I would expect that from everybody. I hope I get roasted, because you're all going to outlive me. So roast the shit out of me, please. I don't want any sad. He was such a great guy. No, he was a fucking retard. This guy was a retard.
I want the grift. I want the grift. I want 15 videos at least from Jeremy.
Yeah, of course you.
I want Ryan to do.
Jeremy will make 30.
Arms are all over the place.
Ryan will just say, "I'm glad he's dead."
I'll take that as a compliment from Ryan, though. I'll take that as a nice eulogy.
It's his love language. That's Ryan's love language.
Yes.
So we actually have some stuff to talk about. That's what we were a lot of show planning. That's why we were late, because we had no idea what we were going to talk about. But
professionals.
Buffy for sure. So if y'all thought the Buffy conversation was just going to be passed by, it's not. I don't care if it's a week old.
Gary,
I got MauLer here.
Buffy's been foreshadowed for like 5 years.
Yes.
It's finally coming. It's on the way.
It's on the way, and it's like the worst possible concept for. I mean, aside from just an all-out reboot, but it's kind of a sequel. It's a requel. A requel.
No.
Yeah.
That term came. Who are the guys who directed Crank? I can't remember their names, but they did Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance, a movie I unapologetically love. But when they were doing the behind the scenes, they're like, "Is it a sequel?" And they're all, "No, it's a requel."
Not as bad. What was the film that came out that they called a midquel?
Oh, Alien Romulus.
Oh, it's like sucks it put people to sleep.
Fucking midquel. Kill me.
There's more. There's I looked them all up for one of my videos, but there's prequel, midquel, sequel, and then there's one for that's like a 3/4 one.
Kill me.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The article you want, by the way, is in the private chat.
It is. Thank you. Bless you. X-Ray Girl is on assignment. It's called Recovering from a Hangover. It's called Recovering from a Hangover. She's actually probably driving and listening to us, or driving or flying. I can't remember. She's going back
Odin style, FNT Odin style. I can't believe all it took was for Odin to get in a car and drive for him to participate in a show. You put him at home, comfy chair, all the amenities he could possibly want. Nothing.
I'm looking at that going, what the hell?
I was waiting for the moon to be behind him, the fucking Luna. I was waiting for it to be on a roller coaster. I was waiting for it all, man. Let's make my glasses steam up laughing at it.
Odin should green screen being on a roller coaster behind him the whole time.
Every week, I just want Odin in a car driving somewhere.
Oh, it's so funny. And poor Odin has a problem with crowds, right? He did a stream with Jeremy where Jeremy and him went to New Orleans and they were like talking to hookers and going to ATMs. Christian Odin's not leaving the car.
In all fairness, I'm with him on that one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You don't even know what you're going to catch. Just talking to him, you could catch something for sure.
Exactly.
For sure. So with Odin,
not hooker crowds too. That's the worst.
Yeah, man.
That's the time where I'd legit be like, do you know what? I actually am going to wear a mask, unironically.
Wear a hazmat suit.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess as people roll, greetings, everybody. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Glad to be back to it. Hanging out with the boys. We've got
boys from the door.
Well, hi, Az.
Hey, how you doing? I know it's you're you're doing as good as you can do. We all know the answer to that one, dude. Good to have you back, though. It was so weird doing FNT without you there. That is the first time I think I've ever seen an FNT without you there. Whether or not I've been a host or a co-host or a participating guest, which was my first time.
We did the math. 8 years.
8 years. Again, all it took for you to take a rest. Right, chat. Okay, I'm not giving.
Somebody had to die. Okay,
I'm not sharing any DMs here, but it's so funny because the amount of conversations I've had with Gary, like personal conversations, where he's just been like, "Yeah, when Christmas comes around, I'm taking a couple of weeks off completely. I'm just going away. Just not come back." And then every day he streams. Every day there's a stream. There's a fucking video that just pops up out of nowhere. I'm just like, sir, take a day, sir. But no, it's unfortunate circumstances, obviously. But so much love for you. Everyone loves you. So good to have you back, buddy.
Thanks, man. And some of the people in the chat probably met JT at a meetup or two. And he was a good dude. He was closer. I've known him since he was 13.
Wow.
We used to get in all kinds of horrible trouble together. He would. The funny thing is, he would go out on all my adventures, but he would never steal anything or get high. He just wanted to hang out.
Oh.
Hi, MauLer.
Hello.
Good to talk to you.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd be back when you're ready to be back, even if it is days. I was still like, it would be neat to not have you gone for real BBC, but hey, even as we can hold the fort, we can talk about nerds.
Yes,
stuff.
you can.
Oh, man. If Drinker wasn't on last week, we could have done Schlurpo 2.0.
We could have done. Everyone knew that Drinker balanced us when we were almost there. We could have gone nuts, but oh well. Next time, baby.
Yeah, it took you like an hour to warm up. You were on the precipice, and then he showed up and it's like, okay, dial it down.
Okay. Yeah,
Will's here.
He was so close.
Not that he would give
had some of the most definitive Buffy information, and you went around. I was like, my Buffy bud, he's got to be here so we can complain excessively.
I was checking in once in a while, and I'm like, for the love of God, USA, we're finding out like Politico and all of this stuff that we thought was bullshit ended up being bullshit, and it's like, okay, so I'm not crazy. Politico and a lot of other rags out there, and it probably goes much deeper than that, were funded. And it turns out people don't really like this stuff. And we've been trying to say that for years. It's like, why do they keep making woke garbage? Everybody in the fucking chat asks, do they like burning money? What, like, that was a question that goes back to Star Trek Discovery for me. And that's 2017. People are going, nobody likes this. This isn't making any money. This doesn't make it make sense. Well, I mean, now it does. Now it does. BBC, the effing F you guys, by the way, you owe us money.
No. Don't look at I don't pay it. I don't fucking pay it.
Owe me and every American money.
No.
Give it back.
No.
Yes.
No. It's not my fault. You're just getting as ripped off as we've been.
Well, you know, you voted for it. Your town council voted for it.
Oh, for shit.
We don't need to play the blame game. We can just unite together.
I think we're quite clearly playing the blame game here.
You don't say it though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually have done my homework for Captain Falcon. I rewatched all Captain Americas and the show. Also Avengers, because that's a really good Cap movie as well. Get the his reintegration and the beginning of him starting to distrust S.H.I.E.L.D. before.
Yeah.
You're not a big fan of Captain America and the Winter Soldier, are you?
No, I don't think it's anywhere near as good as people say it is.
I do.
If you like, the tone of it is something I really respect, and I love a lot of the fight scenes in it. But the whole sequence, for example, with like Zola being an AI that they saved since
That's
the
fucking
19th.
Awesome.
It
I
would
love
be
it.
if it matched the world whatsoever. You understand how much that makes Hydra retarded, right? Like, they blow up their own AI that managed to construct. Okay, let me ask you this, both of you. Ready?
It wasn't centralized there.
What does it was? He's dead. He's gone from that. He admits it himself.
But they still have the remnants. They still have other aspects. Hydra's everywhere. You cut off one head, another one. That's why it's called Hydra. Hydra. There's no there's Madam Hydra, right? But there's really no centralized Hydra.
Project Insight. Do either of you remember what the plan was for Hydra with that?
Not off the top of me. I'd have to look again.
Project Insight was that the one where they get the satellites to shoot a certain amount of people.
Yeah, the helicarrier use Zola's algorithm to decipher who is going to be a problem, and it will pick them off.
Decrease the surplus population.
They start with Washington, and they're going to wipe out 1 million targets. It's like one of the most retarded fucking plans ever.
But
like
Tony Stark appeared on one of them, so it was like everyone went, "Ooh!"
God,
Well, the
thing is, like,
Strange and other targets that, of course, Hydra wants them dead, but to kill 1 million people in Washington is fucking nuts, and it would like destabilize the whole world. And of course, Hydra would make an enemy out of basically
Lex Luthor was going to drop 2 nuclear bombs on the San Andreas Fault and have California sink into the ocean. It's fucking awesome. It's ridiculous, but it's awesome.
Well, yeah, but like
Otisburg.
I'm all for Dr. Evil shit where it's appropriate, but like Winter Soldier is a very serious film with intelligent characters that are supposed to be subverting all kinds of. Like, Hydra is already impressive with how they, took over everything. But the idea that their next plan is to just go state by state and wipe 1 million people off I was just like, do they not know what'll happen when they do that?
Can you just do something for us, guys? Can you just check your big theater that will have the film? And see, because I've just checked the big cinema for what's going to have the film, right? And it's placed 17th on the day of release. There are 16 films above it, and there's only 3 like big theater showings of it on release date. Only 2 3D showings on it on release date, and only 10.
Wait. We're still doing 3D?
Oh yeah. It still kind of goes on a little bit here.
Yeah, they still have 3D showings.
Oh, I avoided them when they were big because
now comparative
to my eyesight, it stopped being 3D in like 10 minutes for me.
That is not a lot of showings comparative to a newly released. Like, fucking hell, Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy, has 18 fucking showings on that
Wait,
day.
whoa. There's another. Is that a new one or is that like
Yeah,
a
it's a new one.
re-release?
Yeah,
I
it's
saw
new.
someone post the synopsis. Apparently, Colin Firth just confirms to be dead at the beginning of that movie. I was like, what?
I don't want to do it. He's dead.
And it's something like he died heroically in some humanitarian mission. I was like, what? But hey, if that's what you gotta do. Also,
I'm looking up Brave New World. What? There's an IMAX fan event. When's that? Okay. Yeah, it's empty. Mine is empty. But I mean, I'm also in the middle of fucking nowhere, so it's not really. I don't. Think it's fair.
We all know this film's not gonna. we know what's going on.
It's not fair. If we go check, if you check like Burbank, California, yeah, there is 10 people going.
Mm-hmm. In any case, I quite like, if not love, Cap One. I think
I love it. Totally underrated, fantastic movie.
Winter Soldier, I'm at odds with. Like I said, it's I love what it was trying to do, but there's just too much. I think it's like two movies at once. The goof-tastic nonsense comic book stuff, which I can totally enjoy with the tone matching, but it's also simultaneously one of the most serious superhero movies that exist.
It's one of the best Black Widow movies.
I actually really like Black Widow and Cap's relationship in that film, and I actually think they may have accidentally made them too, like, the chemistry's too good to the point.
It's pretty good.
You're like, maybe there should be more there, I don't know, but hey. And anyway, Civil War, I obviously adore. It's like my favorite. I fucking just they took everything serious. Like, the tone is completely consistent in that one, and there's a lot of really complicated decisions that get made that couldn't have been made if they didn't have Tony in it, which is funny because I'm pretty sure that was like studio forced.
Hang on a second. Sorry.
I guess it's just me now.
No. I had a question.
No, it's all good.
There you go.
And then, Avengers was popped in the middle of there. If anyone doesn't know, Avengers is amazing too. The 2012 one. I skipped Age of Ultron, figured that wasn't necessary.
I'm going to go back and watch it. I'm probably going to go, you know what, man, considering what we've seen, not so bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a lot better than Phase 4 and 5. And then I watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and honestly, I got so fucking mad watching that show. I remembered why I needed to make a video on it. I was just like, God, everything is so fucking gross in this show. It's who was it that made a video about the morality of like recent? Someone in our sphere made like a big video about how the morality is all fucked. Falcon and the Winter Soldier feels like one of the biggest earlier examples of the writers.
Platoon or Echo?
Could have been Platoon, yeah. But like, it's just an insane sort of like the writer's a bad person. Like, if they
no, like I can't. I have no explanation why I didn't make a video on it. I'm looking back because I'm doing a big super cut right now of the rise and fall of the MCU. I was talking to you before the show, and I got to cut it into 2 parts. We got to do movies and TV shows because I'm not you, buddy. I'm not going to put a 7-hour video because it was 7 hours. Garrett's it's about 3 hours, right? And Garrett's no, it's like 7. I'm like, oh, we need to make it 2 parts. So I digress. I'm like, why in the fuck didn't I review this? And I think I was so pissed at it, I just didn't even want to watch it again.
It's like tailor-made by the opposite of a good person. I don't know how else to put it. Like, everything is backwards in the show. The one that really hit me in terms of like, oh fuck, I really did forget about this. You guys remember they go and attack the super soldiers, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and they're losing the fight and they come close to getting executed, but Walker and Lamar, the two government approved agents, come in and save them several times. Then they struggle and they get knocked off the trucks, and they have some jokes about like how he's like, get off me, and he's like, I saved your ass. They're just like, ugh. You can't believe you gave that guy that shield. Like, they're doing back and forth. And then it cuts back, and the two humans, the two normal dudes, are fighting all the super soldiers together. They just got left by Falcon and Winter Soldier. But they saved them. I was like, fuck me. The person who wrote this is an incompetent child.
Is an incompetent child and bad person. like not a good person. Like I wouldn't trust this person I wouldn't trust their directions to the bathroom. Like they are woefully incompetent. They hated the country. They hate our system. They hated Marvel, and they went in there. I can't. Is this guy involved in? Is he involved in Cap 4? He initially was.
The writers are writing his film.
Spellman, right?
Yeah.
Something Spellman.
So this guy is just a fucking commie. He's a straight up hateful commie. I'm gonna have to rewatch it beforehand because I think it's important because
I will say
it's the setup for the character.
Yeah, I almost hate to say it, but I feel benefited by having rewatched it. I was like, oh fuck, I really did forget how much Falcon was destroyed by this show. Winter Soldier 2, by the way, because if you remember, right, the conflict to take from the shield being passed over is the qualities that embody it, like the courage, honor, integrity, etc. It's like, Falcon, can you be the one to truly, like, bring what is necessary
he's black.
to hold that shield or not? And that's the thing, right? You can make a show about those qualities. Can Falcon actually put up with it? And we could have talked about whether or not Bucky should have had it, all these different things, but instead the show veers completely into race. It's like, do you remember the moment where Bucky is holding the shield and he says to Falcon, you know what? Me and Steve didn't realize when we wanted you to have this, we didn't realize what it means for a black person to hold this shield.
Yeah, I threw something across my room when I heard that because I was watching.
Like, what
dude?
Of course they fucking didn't, because that's not what it meant.
How about the Rhodey and Sam conversation? It's like everything about it just veers directly into race. Like if this thing has values, that's it. The values are find the racism.
Well, and if you remember as well, Isaiah said they would never make a black man Captain America. Yep. And it's like, but they would make him president.
I know. It's like,
remember he got profiled in the projects?
Yeah, because they didn't recognize Falcon, even though we recognize Anthony Mackie as a movie star. They don't recognize him as an actual person who saved the world.
Saved the universe.
You think he might have done a couple of interviews like, hey, so, you fought Thanos. How was it?
Remember when he couldn't get a loan because he's black?
Hey, you disappeared for 5 years. What was that like?
My God, it's the whole show is filled with this absolutely crap bullshit of making up these insane problems that never. It's like Steve never thought about this. It's like, why do you think Steve didn't hand you the shield? And go, hey, black man, are you sure you can handle this?
But back to your point, and I know this.
It just makes Steve even better, though.
No, Steve would know this because Steve witnessed the 60s. None of these little punks witnessed what Steve witnessed. So he would fucking know it. And to say he wouldn't know it makes him like a fucking clueless idiot. And it's so disrespectful to the character.
You mean an old man, Steve?
No. I mean, Steve Rogers. Well, yeah, old man Steve, I guess, would witness it. But he would still have perspective on it because he was alive back then and he's alive now. And he's seeing the difference and going, whoa.
Well, he was frozen back then.
He was frozen, but you come back into the world. And that was part of this process was like, taking down the songs. It was also, looking back, and you would have perspective. You would have major perspective.
People are going to get confused. So I assume what you mean is he got frozen, but then according to the MCU lore, he went right back to where what was it, 40s
and lived through it
all the way through. And then gave Sam the shield and doesn't mention you are a black man, Sam. Be careful with this shield.
But he was still
why did you do anything about 9/11 and shit?
Well, I think
there's all that.
I think there is a YouTube skit on it, like where Steve doesn't like when he comes back. He's not like really he's super racist.
Dude, I just fucking Haley Atwell. Have you seen her? Fucking hell, dude.
No, but you would
50 years of tapping.
He was a good dude. Steve was a good dude. He wasn't like that before. He wasn't going to be like that now. He would know things. He even talked about it, like food sucked back then. He would have perspective on like shit is so much better right now. Like there's other things that are bad, but man, music's pretty good. Food's good.
You can tell it's all put upon because like going through the story again, I think I saw everything to do with Falcon. Race isn't mentioned, I think, even one time. It's just not like a part of his story. It's not something that they tried to integrate at all. It's just something they threw on him randomly. Which how do you not find that fucking offensive somewhat, right? Like, why do you think you got the shield? Like, because they wanted to play into all of this. They made a whole show and movie about it.
You want to see what the name of the first short film that the writer of this or the director of this made.
Oh God, what is it?
Oh yeah. Show me. I know what you're talking about. No. Okay, real quick. Somebody pointed out in the chat that he grew up in the 30s too. So like we're talking depression. He would know like America at one of its lowest points, and he would have perspective no matter what. And then it's hard to. That's why I hate Endgame so fucking much. Because
Steve had his own fucking issues, dude. He was getting beaten up in fucking alleyways all the time because he was fucking short, scrawny. He had his own fucking problems.
What I'm getting about, like the making of the shield and passing it over, all about like fundamental human characteristics that are so important to represent the country and everything going forward. And then for them to just be like, "Nah, it's race, though. That's what it is. That's all it is."
Yeah.
And that's where
the whole
Beard
setup of Bucky taking over, and then it's
another
just
thing that really fucking stood out to me. There are 3 references to the state of Steve, and all 3 times they say he's gone. And they never say dead. And they don't say where the fuck he's gone.
I still think in the trailer for Cap 4, he's talking to Steve.
Well,
I could be wrong though.
Hard to say what's going to be happening with that, but I mean, it's just so pathetic because Steve would, if he were alive and well enough to fucking talk, he would have been in that show telling Sam, "This is you being black does not change anything. You could be Captain America." Like he would say that to him, but of course, the show that we would have wanted to see was the one they set up throughout the whole MCU, which is Bucky taking the mantle. You know, something else that annoyed me in retrospect is the fact that Bucky got through his Winter Soldier mind control training thanks to the Wakandans. That just feels like they tossed them a victory that they had nothing to do with, you know?
Well, you know,
they're the ones that saved him, and then he
nationalistic ethno-states tend to develop technology fast.
Remember, all we see is he sits at a bonfire with one of them, and that's that. Like she just reads out the codes, and then he's like, "Oh my god, I've overcome it." It's just like, why the hell did they give that payoff to? I don't even know her name. She's just one of the Dora Milaje people.
Yep.
Can you imagine that scene with Steve
from Walking Dead?
No, I remember. I
put it in the private chat, the director's profile on IMDb. So I wasn't profiling the director chat. Just to make sure
No, I know what you're like with all Disney Plus series, MauLer. It felt like this could have worked as a buddy comedy, and they treat it like Lethal Weapon, right? So Winter Soldier throughout the entire series is dealing with not black, dealing with fucking, PTSD and the trauma of, being the Winter Soldier and stuff.
Sorry, I thought you said Falcon for a second. Sorry, because that's all he deals with in the whole.
No, he dealt with being black, but they like there was a good idea in there that that was used. Like, listen, I know people are tired of the term, but I am too. But Hollywood needs to get rid of it. It's not. I don't make the rules. I just make the observations. This is the epitome of woke. And when people go, tell us what woke means. Woke is a mindset, is an ideology based on identity politics that classes oppressor versus the oppressed, and there has to always be oppressed. You have to make up oppression where you can't find it, and you have to basically pump that up to always put people in a victim class. That's what fucking woke is. It's a general term that they used. It used to be, I'm awake to the man pulling his bullshit. And by the way, what fucking Trump is doing right now, love him or hate him, is the most woke in the sense of the term thing ever. He is fucking peeling back the government. We are auditing shit. We're finding out what the man was fucking doing. And now people are against it. Yeah, it's Marxism. That's what it is. It is. But that's what this fucking show was. It was pro-Antifa. It was during BLM and all that bullshit, Summer of Love. And it played right into it. And they fast-tracked a sequel because they wanted it to look, like it's a marketing thing. And now they're like, we should have never fast-tracked the sequel. We should have never fucking made this movie because they have no prayer of making their money back ever. They're not going to. They shot 2 movies. And unless this does like fucking Endgame numbers, it's not making any money. Yeah.
Nearly 3 fucking movies.
And then they shot 2.5 movies, and then the final one they cut about a third out. Which is funny as hell. All right, let's look at this.
But it's only 180 million, Gary, so it's okay.
Yep. So, MauLer, you also got to see Sam Wilson identify with terrorists.
Oh God! Oh,
I can't remember the words he used. I can't remember the words he used, but he basically said, like, she's got a point.
There are several scenes where it'll be said something along the lines of like, "Oh, so the Flag Smashers, they recently blew up a GRC holding facility. They destroyed a whole settlement or whatever, and they killed several innocent people after tying them up and then just burning them to death." And then Falcon will be like, "Well, I mean, why? Let's think about why. Why would the voice of someone who's doing this is probably someone who's misguided, and we need to figure out how how is she being affected by all of this, and if she's trying to help people, maybe we should try and help her help those people." And then you have U.S. agent or Captain America at the time coming in being like, "We got to stop this terrorist from killing everyone," and he's like, "Ugh, you."
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you want? Do you remember the Dora Milaje nearly kill Walker like several times in that scene? He just narrowly avoids the spears going into his face. It's absolutely fucking nuts. And do you remember what the Dora Milaje say? We have jurisdiction wherever we find ourselves, and the fucking official like Marvel Twitter account put that out as like a badass Queen Slay thing when that's literally a villain line.
Yeah.
Like
I think we've already established it is villains that are writing this shit, though. They don't understand heroism in the slightest. When you're guided by intersectionality and these fucking themes of race and that you cannot write correctly. You cannot write from a moral point of view because you're writing from a skewed point of view from the beginning. Falcon in Ant-Man was a fucking bit player. He was a joke. Yeah. You see it now, Gary?
Yeah, I saw it.
That's his first film.
I'm sure
So, in Ant-Man, Falcon was used as a little joke for Ant-Man to infiltrate the Avengers. And then suddenly, because they want to play race, because of course it wasn't used for race then, they realized what Sam's kind of position was in the MCU at that time, and then suddenly it becomes about race and everything changes. Then when we start doing stupid things like, well, he can't get a loan for his sister because she's black, and then he's not going to get the shield because he's black, when it had nothing to do with that whatsoever. In actual fact, I'm still confused as to why they think Sam Wilson would be in line to have the shield anyway. So they play off, oh no, they could only pass it to a white man. And so what do they do when they give him the shield? Well, they do what they did in the comics, and they essentially combine Captain America and Falcon into one character. So now the character of Falcon is complete and utterly usurped, which was his own identity and has been his own identity for fucking 60 odd years. So what does that say? To me, that's just a bunch of progressive shite.
I don't know which part's the worst. Like, because remember that he makes that big effort to refuse any of them talking about the terrorists as terrorists, and then he's like, "You didn't understand what I'm saying." And then
we're going to stop calling them terrorists.
Trying to prevent her from killing more people, he gets into the little boss fight with her, but refuses to attack her. He'll only defend, and then she removes his shield, gets a gun on him, goes to pull the trigger, but Sharon fucking Carter is the one that saves him, shooting Carly to death. And then she apologizes for that later. She's like, "Sorry." Do you remember he holds her like fucking Luke with Darth Vader sort of thing? Like, what the fuck? Like, oh no, you're dying. No.
Okay, so Julius Onah, the first film he directed was Neighbor.
And no, Gary, you read it wrong.
I read it wrong. It wasn't Neighbor?
No. It definitely begins with N.
Niger?
No, it's not. It's not Nigeria. No, it's you're getting closer. It starts with NIG. Yes.
Oh, I said Neighbor.
Neighbor.
And then yes, and then the writer is Malcolm Spellman. Now, MauLer, to your point, Freckle Jesus. Let's talk about Freckle Jesus. We are told throughout the entire fucking series, and you watched it a lot more recently than I did, how amazing and inspirational she was.
What a
Can you name a single scene where she wasn't anything other than a fucking retard?
No, it would be impossible. And Falcon like doesn't get to be Falcon. He's just a writer's tool to constantly defend her. Even though any other given situation, she would be knocked the fuck out immediately for killing innocent people.
Yeah. And she kills a lot of people.
Do you remember like after Walker and Lamar save those two, they catch up with them on like a little truck and they're like, hey guys, let's pool our information, let's figure out how we can get it. And Falcon and Winter Soldier are both just like, ugh, this guy.
Yeah, no.
Pathetic. Yeah. And it's just like, why do you hate the guy who saved your life and you like the girl who's killing innocent people? It's just like the most fundamental, who wrote this? And do you need to go back to some kind of like ethics class?
Malcolm Spellman. He wrote Bel Air, Empire. He's writing Captain America: Brave New World. His, Hers, and the Truth. Truth Be Told. Truth Be Told. I haven't heard of most of this shit. Okay. Hip Hop Uncovered. I mean, perfect for a Captain America Marvel movie. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
These writers and directors were cast. They were not hired based on meritocracy at all. And yeah, I know I'm going to feel the same way because I remember like that was the most hateful thing Marvel has produced.
It's kind of wild to remember just how fucked up that show is.
It's kind of wild to remember that, like, all right, I want you to think hard. I've asked you this before. Is there a good Marvel D+ show?
I think the first few episodes of WandaVision were interesting.
But is there a good whole show?
No.
There are episodes. There are no shows. There are episodes, though.
Yes.
There are good episodes, but there are no good Marvel shows. I'd say the only thing that's kind of passing, maybe, possibly, the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
That was fine.
I like that.
Yeah.
Does that count? It's more of like it's not really a TV show.
Yeah.
Werewolf by Night wasn't terrible, but I hate what they did with the character because it should be just rated R horror, and that's what it should be. And the man thing's goofy. Everything's fucking goofy.
Loki is good.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Loki ruined.
Loki is awful. Loki is horrible.
Like X-Men 97, totally fair enough, but Loki.
Okay.
No.
X-Men 97, you got me there. But that's a carryover from Disney could have fucked that up, but you're right. X-Men 97 is the good D+ Marvel show. And it won an award at the Critics' Choice Awards, and it deserved it. It was good. I liked it. The guy who created it, you saw you played his speech on FNT, right? Bo DeMeo.
No. Well, no, because it's 30 minutes long, so we sort of paraphrased it.
Okay.
On FNT, but I mean, I wouldn't trust that guy as far as I could fucking throw him with the truth. You know what they say. There's one side, there's the other side, and then there's the truth. And I think we're definitely in a situation there. I think he's using certain informations, and I think he's excluding certain information. So,
yeah. So out of I'm going off the top of my head. 13 shows, 14 shows. There's one good one. One.
Just for the sake of like Loki, that's the show that made Loki cry because he watched a video of himself being a hero when he was like villainous peak.
That was the show that took away free will in the MCU and undid absolutely every stitch of it of Marvel Phase 1 through 3.
The show that ruined the stakes by making Infinity Stones a fucking Destral prop.
Yeah.
Everything
it's funny, silly Billy. It's funny.
Everything was engineered by King. Every move, everything was either allowed to happen or engineered, and they were pruning people and pruning the plot.
Do you remember in Avengers, Thor appeals to Loki in the New York fight, and he looks a little shaken, and then he says, "No, fuck you," basically, and commits to the war. Mm-hmm. And then you get Thor 2, which he's still 50-50 and still taking advantage, and then Ragnarok is where Loki starts to turn. They did all of that in the course of like 30 minutes of him watching clips.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah,
awful.
you see, but he watched a Marvel TV show about him being
forever.
a nice guy and coming off of just murdering thousands of people in New York. He was just like, "Oh, I guess I'm good day. Let's have a cry."
And you turned a Norse god into an office manager.
It's the fucking outfit they put him in, and then they put Sylv in the fucking some sort of low-key outfit.
Ugh.
They fucking did it. They got rid of her fucking season 2, didn't they?
She was a McDonald's worker in season 2. I don't know what.
And the whole first season was about her.
Yeah.
It was another bait and
Female
switch.
Loki. She was
Girl
female
Loki. Yeah. I mean, arguably, the show's called Loki. Which one? Who's the star?
Well, she taught herself magic at 6.
Yeah. Hero's Journey.
Hero's Journey, man. She was
Great
amazing.
all along.
She just went, "Hey, you know that magic shit? I'm gonna teach myself that."
She evaded the TVA as well. Remember,
Yeah.
as a 6-year-old, just fucking phenomenal. Her whole life.
Well, looking at the TVA, it's like
still
freaking TVA. Body positivity, time cop. Come on.
Ugh.
The show was a joke.
And she was in Deadpool and Wolverine as well.
She was in Batman versus Superman.
Who's she in that?
She's the
yes, she was
the woman from the village that they
She's
push
the woman
onto
for the
train
village who they forced to lie, and then
Is that the KG Beast? If it is the KG Beast, let's refer to him as the KG Beast. Then yeah, he pushes her onto the train tracks.
Yep. Oh, so no, they haven't had any good shows. And going back, I dread watching it, but I think there'll be clips I've forgotten about. I mean, there's the ones that have made the rounds. Obviously you need to do better, but there's so much more than that. So much more. Yeah, they turned Loki was such a good villain, and they just cucked him. And he had a good arc, had a good death. And by the way, the Loki you're watching on the show is a variant, so it's not the Loki. It's not the Loki from Avengers. And now he's surrounded by green spaghetti, holding the timeline together.
He's got a time now. He controls everything.
I wonder if they'll remember that.
He's holding them all together. He's holding all the timelines together.
Hey, we're going to find out about Tiamat, and then maybe in 10 years they'll address the scrolls that are running, or the million scrolls that are trying to kill humans and replace them.
Nah, they won't.
They won't.
They won't.
Okay.
Just like we'll never hear anything about Gaia again.
Oh, she was my favorite.
Dude, I was doom scrolling last night, and on the feed came the final fight of that show, and it was just like, oh my god, this is just amazing. And
this is cinema. Like, I don't know what y'all are talking about. This scene hits hard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You get
3 million views on Twitter.
Tell me another scene that hit slaps like this. Like, okay, let's sit down. We got plenty.
Oh my god. Well, yeah. Cap comes out Thursday. It'll be fun.
Friday here in the UK.
It'll be fun.
We don't get a Thursday preview day here in the UK, but there again, by the looks of it, we're not going to get many showings.
Really?
Well, it's like I said,
yeah,
it's way down on the pecking order. I mean, they'll bump it up nearer the time.
To be fair, Bridget Jones is pretty fucking big in the UK. Okay, dude.
It's been, when was the last Bridget Jones? Like 20 years ago? Fucking when was it?
Oh my god! All those UK housewives are going to go see it. They're going to get in their Jaguars and they're going to drive out there.
Not anymore, mate.
I just love Bridget Jones. She's so wonderful. UK, you guys are weird sometimes.
Weird.
Hey, we got some Star Wars news, guys. You want to talk about that?
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm transforming Groove at the minute, so yeah, let's go.
I think you dropped that in the private chat. Chitty chat.
Top one. Yeah, it's the top one.
God, there was. We're gonna circle back to Marvel because there's other stuff to talk about. Just so you know. Oh, get out of here, you stupid ad. I know, get ad blocker. I know. Hey, it's what the? I am not a robot. What the fuck is going on? What the hell? Hang on. It's because I moved locations. Well, I'm in Wisconsin right now. So
Wisconsin.
I'm in Wisconsin. I don't know what the hell's going on. Maybe you need to share it as.
Okie dokie.
Daisy Ridley has given us an update on the Ray movie. Directed by Charmaine. Don't Squeeze the Charmin, Obaid Chinoy, who famously said it's about time a woman.
I like to make men feel uncomfortable. I'm just doing it's not racism when you're just doing an accent, chat. Don't let them tell you it is.
Do you care?
No.
At this point, I don't care.
I don't give a flying fuck. This film's never getting fucking made and she's never directing it.
Yeah, we are getting a movie next year. Getting the Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah, because
this
that's been filmed now, right?
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver said she's done scenes with Grogu already.
Sigourney Weaver?
She's in it.
God. Why did she suddenly become the... No, I don't care.
Well, she was so great in The Defenders. I mean, fucking...
Yeah, I know, right?
Jesus. Yep. Hang on.
You want it bigger? You blind fuck.
That's good. That's
good. There you go.
That's good. I know. I'm going blind. I didn't even take Ozempic.
Honk.
Did you hear about that?
No, is it make you go blind?
It's making people go blind. Who could have seen that coming? Yeah, who could have seen that coming? Some magical weight loss drug has massive side effects. Who knew? Well, it was a Daily Mail UK, so I'm sure it's just the God's honest truth.
Honk.
Daisy Ridley is returning to Star Wars. We knew this. The universe to reprise her massively popular role as Rey Palpatine, and is providing an update on the script of the sequel film. So it is a sequel. The cleaner star. Oh, the cleaner. That was
the cleaner star.
Wow.
And everybody in the chat's all. So she's cleaning houses now.
This sounds like you know that meme from the Conan O'Brien show, the guy who wrote with Norm Macdonald, where they're like Jeffrey Epstein. He says the investment banker. It's just like who's Daisy Ridley, star of the cleaner?
Star of the cleaner. Star of the cleaning my toilet.
Oh,
wow, white girls are still cleaning houses. Holy shit.
Well, all the others got deported. So.
Yeah. Gotta make that money.
Gotta pay them bills. Well, I can see the writer this be like, what else should I reference? We've already mentioned Star Wars. We're like, yeah, good point.
What else have they done? Dead body in TV show for the UK.
Yeah. Murder on the Orient Express. No.
Yeah, she was in that.
She was in that?
Yeah.
That's the one.
That nobody saw.
She was in a film with Tom Holland at some point. I can't remember what that was called either. She's just been in nothing anyone cared about.
The cleaner star.
That's rough.
Said in a new interview that she feels really good. That writer George Nolfi, the 6th or 7th writer for this, is putting together the Star Wars sequel script for the film.
When was this announced? 2023?
First day of 2023.
So it's been 2 years. Over 2 years. And they're just like, no script still. Two fucking years. No script.
This is lightning fast for Kathleen Kennedy. Okay. The writer George Nolfi is putting together the Star Wars script for the film Don't Squeeze the Charmin Obaid Chinoy is set to direct. I have not read the latest script, because there isn't one.
There ain't one.
But I know what's happening. Like he's there typing away, and I know the story. And I think what feels really good is that George is a phenomenal writer.
Okay.
Is that an update?
I don't know. That doesn't sound like an update to me.
I feel like the guy's a good writer. Okay.
He's done some decent stuff by the looks of it.
At this point, I would just ask you, like, have you ever read a script where you've announced to the world that you feel like the person's a bad writer and this is a bad story? And of course you'd be like, no. And you'd be like, yeah, so why the fuck should we care about this?
I think we're making sure that this story is the best way. This script is the best way to tell the story.
Wait,
I think the best way to tell a story for a movie is to write a script. What?
Man, that's crazy.
I did not know.
This is reaching more than fucking Reed Richards.
I've been told the best way to shoot a movie is with a camera.
Let me tell you, they've got some cameras.
It's the best way of telling a story. Jeez, man.
She continues, oh, thank God. And I think it will be worthwhile for everyone watching it. And I am very excited.
To get fucking paid, yes.
How to get kind of something out of absolutely nothing. You know, this was sent by Disney. It's like, we got to say something that we're doing something.
It is alive. The project is alive.
Ridley first played the role of Ray in 2015, man. It's been 10 years.
Yes.
We're coming up on the 10-year anniversary of the biggest clickbait in Hollywood history, The Force Awakens. Star Wars, The Force Awakens. She reprised her role in 2000. Oh, word count here. Padding the word count. Here we go. She reprised her role in 2017 Star Wars The Last Jedi and 2019 Star Wars The Rise of Palpatine. While the Star Wars film becomes a reality, that's
does it though?
not so sure.
Press an X to doubt.
Ridley says she is not opposed to becoming an Avenger and joining Marvel's MCU in the future.
Please give me a job. I'm begging you. This film's never getting made. Please give me a job. I want her
to be Gaia's twin sister, missing twin sister.
Can you imagine that though? Just like, yeah, I'll be an Avenger. Yeah, let's go. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I just want to say right now that I am not against being in the MCU and becoming an Avenger. Okay.
Okay.
Putting it out there.
Again, receiving shit tons of money for some crappy slot project. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Look, I'm open to loads of stuff.
I'm open to low expectations.
I'm open to loads.
I bet you have. You never get the roles, Rhea.
Really? How about OnlyFans? She said in an interview with Comic Book, I work with this amazing second AD called Matthew Sharp, and he texts me because he's doing Avengers, and he says, if they call. So I was like, if they call, absolutely. I then, of course, love Batman, love the Penguin. I'm a fan of so many sorts of films. Yeah, I'm open to everything. Please hire me. The Star Wars thing is never fucking happening. Please give me a job. Poor Daisy.
What do you mean? They gotta backtrack this. Ray's everyone's favorite character.
She likes all the Batman, MauLer.
Yeah, and the Star Wars.
Oh, I hate. She seems like a nice.
She seems like a nice.
And I
lady.
actually feel sorry for her listening to this clear and utter begging for a fucking job because this ain't happening. Oh, Daisy.
Gary, we covered someone in the last DFAP who actually referred to. They were doing a breakdown of the sequels, and he actually referred to one of the events as a Star War. Like,
unironically.
Yeah.
Unironically, I was losing my shit and I was just watching. I was texting MauLer.
Yeah, you were texting the storm,
watching this EFA because I was like an hour and a half behind, and I'm just like, I just got to.
he pissed off everybody quite a bit.
It was an amazing EFAP. I haven't seen this. You've got to see it.
He said Ray is the first time that we got to see someone on screen deal with being like pulled between the light and dark side of the Force.
What?
She was the first.
Well, it might have been the first time he saw it because he didn't watch the original trilogy.
It's never
said,
or the prequels. I mean, none of that happened in the prequels either. You know, it's like
that Anakin doesn't count because it was like a light switch, even though it's the whole fucking trilogy. And then Luke doesn't count. Why do you say Luke didn't count? He didn't have to deal with much of anything or something.
He said Luke doesn't count because it doesn't. It doesn't contribute to my argument. If he does,
yeah, that is the truth.
Oh man, it was a thing. Equal trilogy fans, you know, their brains they're just not.
I liked it. Who was it that said, "Hey, look, you can have a YouTube channel with 1.5 million subscribers and still put out absolutely retarded shit."
Yeah, it's inspirational. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had 1.7 or something. It was absolutely absurd that he had that many millions of subscribers.
How?
Shit like that. Star Wars, his favorite Star Wars. It's that shit from Inglourious Bastards where you realize, like, hang on, you're not even a Star Wars fan. You're a fraud. It's
really humbling, actually. When you look at that and you're like, wow, yeah.
Well, anyone can make it, huh?
Anybody. To put two fucking sentences together.
It was one of the worst videos I've ever seen in my fucking life. We always talk about, you know, when something bad comes out, like a Star Wars, and we make our videos and we do our streams and we criticize and we lampoon it and we laugh at it and all this kind of stuff. And the people who say, no, this is good, this is great, all we get is reaction from them. They just react to us. They don't create the videos that contradict us. This is why it's legitimately good. This is why this works and all that kind of stuff. And we keep telling, make your videos. And then this is what happens when somebody tries to do it. And it just doesn't work because they are trying to push a narrative which doesn't exist. And therefore the reaching that they do is ludicrous. And it just makes him and the video just look fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, his own fan base hated that video. We ended up checking the comments, and it was like they were very mad at him.
People figure it out. Like that's the thing with content creators.
This is
a lot of them.
Gary, this is the video he made. He said, this is a video. This video, I'm going to tell you why the sequel trilogy actually makes sense and is a good Star Wars. First of all, I hate The Rise of Skywalker. It's an awful film, but it's the best film here that I've seen in this trilogy because Rian Johnson is Jar Jar Abrams is an absolute peak of director, even though it's really badly directed in this film. He just literally contradicts everything that he says, every fucking sentence. They are good Star Wars films, but they're not good films. But they're good Star Wars films.
We are
what?
Just a year now, under a year from the 10-year anniversary of TFA. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah.
So much hope. So much cope.
And then 2 years later, we'll get that 10-year anniversary of TLJ.
Where it's an absolute gem.
Where it becomes, yeah. This is why it's really important as a content creator to talk to other people and maybe bounce your ideas off of other human beings once in a while. You know, not be too much in solitude. You know, going, you know, maybe, like ask, like, is it a good idea to put Gordita on a thumbnail about Blue Beetle? And of course, I said yes because. Of course, but no, it's
your legacy was set forever.
Yeah, because sometimes ideas might sound good in your head and they're just not, and sometimes they are. Real quick, Allison Charles, thank you for the $200. Thank you. So sorry for your loss, Gary. Thank you. My sister died last year, and then we had to deal with the ID thieves, yes, and physical thieves and other scummy behavior.
Ugh.
But there were lots of great people who helped us, and I hope you and your wife find the same. Best wishes to you and your family. Thank you, Allison. And we have, and I told the story. There's a couple of vultures circling that did some pretty horrible things. That might, compounded with dealing with a loss. My wife had to deal. But my wife's kind of tough, and she told him to fuck off, and that's why I love her. That's why
she's a good girl.
She's good. Don't fuck with her too.
Are you done with this article, or do you want to finish this?
No, I want to finish this.
Okay.
Last year, Ridley reflected on the backlash she received after joining the Star Wars universe. It's still upsetting, Ridley said on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast. You don't want people to feel you're not served the thing they're a fan of. But The Last Jedi was so divisive. It felt like the first one, everyone was responsive in the same way. The second, super divisive. The last one, super divisive. It didn't change how I felt about it. I mean, it probably sucks from her perspective, but the biggest complaints, as we've said multiple times, she's a Mary Sue. It's how she's written. It's not really her fault. But the biggest complaint is how they dealt with Luke and Han. That's what everybody was fucking mad about. And people have been trying to steer that argument in another direction forever. When I first saw the trailers, did anybody give a shit that it was a girl? I didn't care.
No.
I didn't give a shit.
Just wanted to
No, and
be good.
they've made up that like everyone in the audience was really mad that Finn was black and everything.
Yeah.
They trying to rewrite it all as if TFA's hype wasn't through the fucking roof for everyone. Because Star Wars was coming back.
Dude, it was insane. We'll never see the likes of it again. I was excited. I was fucking stoked. I'm like, Disney bought it. This is a good idea. Kathleen Kennedy's in charge. Sounds like a good idea. George Lucas, handpicked Kathleen Kennedy. Lucas has worked with Disney in the past. Star Tours was awesome at Disneyland. It's like, sweet. I know. Sweet summer children we all were.
Yeah.
I've heard the counter from a couple of people that I tend to agree with a lot of stuff, where they'll be like, well, there's no doubt Kathleen Kennedy is a phenomenal producer, and it made sense that he chose her. And I was like, you can't say that in retrospect. She ruined it. It was a bad choice. How is it anything but a bad choice?
Know what?
If her history at that point was good, she was obviously a terrible choice.
Let's use a sports analogy that Az will understand, but MauLer won't, because he doesn't care about either football, as far as I know. But the real football, American football, there's a lot of great coordinators out there. Offensive coordinators, defensive. Vic Fangio, he was a defensive coordinator for Eagles. Guy's a great defensive coordinator.
Not good head coaches.
Not good head coaches. Fucking terrible, awful, god-awful head coaches.
Yeah. I get you.
Argument can be made that Kathleen Kennedy co-produced a lot of films with her husband, who's a good producer. Producer is a lot of things, but it's just basically a fucking manager. That's what you are. You manage shit. Creatively, there are some producers who are creative. Kathleen Kennedy is not one of them. She doesn't have a creative bone in her fucking body. She's a good administrator. You would think that would be good enough to run a studio, but no, it's not. You need to be somebody who is familiar with making film and television and dealing with creatives, and you have to have some taste. And she hasn't had that. So whatever she did before has been completely erased by taking the biggest intellectual property, cinematic intellectual property of all time, and turning it into a subcategory on a failing streaming service.
Dude.
How fucking sad is that? Like Skeleton Crew. Like you think about like everything from my era, because I'm old. George was selective with what he did with Star Wars in the beginning. I remember when he stopped it altogether. After 85, the Power of the Force figures, we just had some role-playing stuff, but Star Wars essentially disappeared until Timothy Zahn books came out, right? And it was just out of the zeitgeist. It was gone. It was Star Wars was awesome and it was gone. And people probably can't even imagine a period like that. But he was selective with what he did at first, and smart and strategic, how he dealt with Star Wars. And Kathleen Kennedy has been the opposite of that. And she spammed all this shit. There's no way you can get to the heights it was before. You know what Disney wants all the time, MauLer and Az? They want a Force Awakens every time they release a movie, every time they release a show. That's what they expect. That's what they paid for. Right.
But they expect that, but they're not putting in the work to get that.
Exactly. So while, Last Jedi made $1 billion, Rise of Skywalker made $1 billion, but it was diminishing returns. And the proof is in the pudding. When was the last time we saw a fucking Star Wars movie? It's been 6 years.
6 years.
6 fucking years.
There's
Well,
still
yeah,
no
that's why
fucking
any
script.
argument about the box office for Rise of Skywalker just doesn't fucking matter. It would be
It
like
doesn't matter.
they've decided not to continue it. Why do you think that is?
Yeah.
It's not like they haven't
You
legal.
don't have any control over it.
If these were wildly successful series and everybody loved them, we'd have another trilogy already. We'd be in the midst of another trilogy of some kind.
Yeah, Ryan Johnson's making his, mate. It's coming anytime.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
You know, I do kind of want to see that universe, though. He releases this fucking trilogy. That
If he does Star Wars Knives Out.
Yeah.
The new one's coming out this year.
I don't care. I've not seen any of them. I don't care. I don't give a flying fuck.
I still want both of you to see. If ever I like, we're in a room and we have to decide what movie we're watching, I might just put on Glass Onion just to watch you die inside.
I have not seen Glass Onion.
Why did you do that? What did I ever do to you?
Because I've seen it and you guys have avoided it, which means I'm alone in my suffering, and that's unacceptable.
I've seen it and now you must.
I might watch it because I watched the first one. I did.
Yeah, Knives Out is bad. It's not
Knives
a bad
Out.
Glass Onion, though.
Yeah.
They destroyed the Mona Lisa.
I saw the Mona Lisa last year. It's small.
Are they oil?
No, it was behind glass, so they can't fuck with it anymore. It's smaller than I thought it'd be.
You guys would hate that movie so much. I'm not even kidding. It's like it could actually be one of your most hated films ever. It really might be.
All right, more than Amelia Perez. You haven't watched Amelia Perez, MauLer, have you?
There's something particular about it that I think would really fucking piss you off.
I'll watch it before the next one comes out, just to make you happy. Just to make you happy, but like it can't be worse than Amelia Perez, which has so much cope about it right now. The director's out there going, "It's an opera. It's supposed to be retarded." He basically came out and said it's supposed to be retarded.
It's supposed to be retarded. Yeah. Okay.
I love it's supposed to be. To be fair, didn't Nolan say that about Tenet? It's supposed to not make sense.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he did.
No. Stop it.
Something to that effect.
Find yourself in that.
I didn't
position.
say retarded.
No,
Okay. Yeah. The Fallout guy said like they're supposed to be dumb. It's supposed to be retarded. Everybody's fucking retarded in that show. Did you see the Walter Goggins commercial for Super Bowl? It's the only one that's kind of funny, where he comes out and goes, we actors, basically he says, we don't know shit as actors. We pretend to know something. And then it shows him like walking through a crime scene and walking over all the evidence in the bodies. He's all, oops.
Hey, Fallout Season 2 is on the way, folks.
It's on the way. He said it's a banger. He said it's better than the first season.
Whoa.
Oh, the first season was god awful, so I hope
I'm not watching that one, okay? You can't force me.
Jonathan Nolan used to be good. Like I was rewatching Person of Interest. I like that show. It's fun.
It's awesome.
It's a fun show.
It's an awesome show.
Jesus kicking ass and taking names.
And that's Jonathan Nolan, man.
Yep.
And it's
Jonathan
a great,
Nolan.
great show. You like Person of Interest, don't you, Morley?
I don't remember if I've even seen that.
I thought.
Oh, it's good.
Really good show. Highly recommend you go. You can watch it for free on Amazon Prime.
So it's basically Jesus is an ex-CIA Black Ops guy, lost his wife, and the guy from Lost, right? Has an algorithm
Emerson
that can
not
prevent random crime, but can prevent planned crime, and that's the whole premise.
No, it doesn't prevent it. It algorithmically highlights who's in trouble.
Who's in trouble from a planned crime, though, but it can't stop like random stuff.
No. Yeah. Things are happening which is putting this person in jeopardy, or they are things are happening that's making them the perpetrator of the crime.
Yeah. So there's something surrounding a person and you don't know like what part that person plays.
Yeah. Are they the perpetrator or are they the victim?
Yeah. It's a really cool concept. I like it a lot.
Oh, Amy Acker's in it as well.
Yeah.
She is. She is
awesome in it as well, man.
Good show.
Do you remember she popped up in Alias? She was like a assassin or something. I remember being like, oh my god.
Yeah, she did.
These people trying to get jobs now that Angel's been destroyed.
No, I'm blanking on his name. The guy who played Jesus in
Jim Caviezel.
Jim
Caviezel,
Caviezel.
yeah.
That's it, right? I stood behind him in line when I was working in LA. I'd always see him in the subway sandwiches.
Oh, I thought about the actual
Have
subway.
you seen, just because it's reminding me, have you seen how much Disparu like adores Alias? I thought it was kind of interesting. It's like one of his favorite shows of all time.
I
He
really
said-
like the first part of Alias is great. Love it.
Oh, I feel like I should
Like
rewatch
shit.
it at some point because I can't remember how good it is. I just remember enjoying it.
It was fun. It doesn't make a lot of
I
sense.
think he said Arvin Sloane is like his favorite villain of all time.
He's a good villain,
Yeah, well, the actor's great.
I never saw Alias.
but
Oh.
Alias, it goes off the rails at the end.
It goes fucking nuts.
It goes
Yeah,
nuts.
Person of Interest ends brilliantly.
Yeah,
Like-
it does.
Brilliantly.
they have like supernatural shit coming into Alias. The more it goes on, don't they? Like,
Yeah, and that's cool. Like they were setting that up though with the Rambaldi device and all that. Yeah. I haven't watched it in a while.
Isaiah Bradley, he's in Alias, like one of the main characters.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper's in it.
Carl Lumley, yes. Which
Bradley
was
Cooper is in fucking Alias.
He's like his friend who's sort of in a decent amount of it. Not denying that. It's just that it's so weird because I watched that growing up. That it's like Bradley Cooper's he's all over the place in a way.
He's a massive star, and
Yeah.
he played like just the office tech geek dude who disappeared for a while in the show. It's been a minute since I watched it.
I remember loving Sark.
Yeah, I like
that
Sark too.
actor, though. Actor feels
Yes,
like,
chat. I'm still in the middle of the X Files. I'm on season 7 now. God, the X Files is great. People are like, looking back on it, season 6 is actually really fucking good. Really good. Love it. What else? Oh, wait, we got it. Okay. We could just talk about TV shows all day, which I'm fine with.
really good.
There's some good ones coming up. We got Reachers coming up.
Season 3.
Hopefully that's a return to form.
Yeah, season 2 was a bit wonky, right?
Season 2 was
I
wonky.
never ended up seeing season 2. I watched the first 2 episodes and then
7
I
out
got
of
back
10.
to it, and then just never got back to it for season 2.
No, season 1 is a fucking banger. It's super good.
That's a great season.
7 out of 10. Kind of like I'd put it like House of the Dragon level. You know, it's got some good episodes. House of Dragon season 2.
Mhm.
Then we got 1923. Cobra Kai finishes up. So finally, stuff is coming out, which is good. We have.
Just one thing, kind of on the topic of the Ray movie, whether or not it's even going to happen. Do you see Andy Serkis said Matt Reeves told him the story of the Batman 2, and he is so excited. But like I read that, I was like, "Fuck, this movie's not going to happen, is it?"
Say that again. I'm sorry, I was looking up an article. Say that again, please.
Andy Serkis said he was told the story of the Batman 2 by Matt Reeves, and that he is so excited. And I didn't read that as anything other than you like throw it out. Just you try to keep it alive, right? Be like, it's coming, it's gonna be great. Everyone, show your enthusiasm.
I said it's. I mean, I've been saying for a while, but it's not exactly if it's particularly prophetic. But this ain't getting made,
Dude. I was just gonna say,
right?
If it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. What's happening is James Gunn has his own. I'm stating the obvious here. Sorry if I'm talking to you like children, but James Gunn has his own fucking universe and his own Batman. And there's a fly in the ointment. They had a contract before that they had to honor. The Penguin hit the stratosphere. I doubt they even expected it to hit the stratosphere the way it did. And it presents a huge problem. I think even Matt Reeves was like, I'm not getting my sequel, and now he is. And now we're going to have 2 Batman.
Well, you two always have your little insider things here and there. I actually have it on reliably good authority for once in my life that
Good.
James
About
Gunn,
time.
James Gunn from behind the scenes hated the Penguin. He hated it because of how much it's gotten in the way and how much it does not match his vision for DC.
Completely believe that.
I can believe that. He's a very bitter man. He's a very insecure man. He's James
I was
Gunn.
going to say, like, how petty. Such a good project, and you're going to, tank it because it doesn't match your vision. It's like, okay.
That happens a lot in Hollywood. That happens a lot. We've lost a lot of good things Shit. Why did we lose Firefly?
Oh,
Fox hated dealing with Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
That's it. Dude, why was Star Trek run off originally? They fucking hated dealing with Gene Roddenberry. You know, this happens. Like, that's unbelievable. I don't know if it gets made, and if it is, that's it. It's done after that.
This, by the way, extends apparently to Matt Reeves too. He's not a fan of him. Like, those two are not in the greatest relationship in terms of figuring out what's happening with DC, which I think we've seen all the results of. Like, it matches completely. And I imagine Matt Reeves is probably fighting his ass off to keep Batman 2 alive, but I don't know, man. Like, James Gunn has more power than him.
For now,
yeah, for sure.
For now, but
if Superman was to flop, that would probably change a lot.
What is the most successful DC thing since the first Joker? It's the Penguin. It's the fucking Penguin. And the second most successful is the Batman.
Because I was thinking about how, I assume you guys know, like, the Lanterns is filming really soon now, right? Or I think it's started even.
Yeah.
And Supergirl's already started as well. So I'd have to imagine that James could, like, get as many fucking projects going now before Superman. You know? Because if Superman, imagine it makes like 500 million and just stops.
No trailer for the Super Bowl, and they put out a thing on.
I am happy to say at this point the marketing of Superman has been a disaster.
It's been a disaster. Yes. Did you see that Guy Gardner
thing
they put on Twitter?
I was embarrassed to see that. But it's got his authentic hair. Yeah, it's got his hair from the fucking 80s. Guy Gardner's hair has changed since then, you know.
But they put him in this shitty costume. Like, his costume in the 80s is fucking awesome with the collar and everything. It's fucking awesome. They just put him in a jacket.
But isn't this meant to be some sort of like Maxwell Lord's superheroes or something?
Yep.
So they're all in kind of like similar costume. I mean, oh God.
So, conspiracy theory. Which is probably totally bullshit, but we're doing a show, so what the hell?
Sure.
They're purposely doing shitty marketing to lower the expectations. And if you get a 7 out of 10 movie, you're going, well, you know, the trailers and everything, the marketing sucked, but the movie was okay.
I don't think so. I think we're just dealing with incompetence nowadays.
Not just that, but if someone suggested that as a plan, I'd be like, are you fucking serious? This is Superman. Like, we need to do everything to the maximum here.
So outside of Marvel, James Gunn did The Suicide Squad, a film that I liked, but I'm not going to say it's 10 out of 10. Okay. And as I said yesterday, I did like, unlike Grace Randolph, I did like the fact that Starro killed with inclusivity in mind. Killed a lot of diverse people, you know, because that's what inclusivity is. It's our strength.
But if the people of that island are the majority, then they're not the minority.
Exactly.
Great. Do you understand what minority means?
Grace wanted Starro to ethnically cleanse all the white people off that island.
It's that like I'm trying to explain like how you get to say. Do you remember the famous clip from Boogie where he said $3 is a lot for a person of color?
I guess.
No.
I don't know.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. It's one of the most like offensive, but it all comes from a place of trying to be anti-racist, and that's the same for Grace, where she says like, I think it would have been better if it killed more white people. It's just like, what?
We are dealing with idiots here.
And who saw Peacemaker? I saw Peacemaker.
That guy over there. Some people over there.
That dude over there saw it.
If you saw the show, right? If more people saw the show Peacemaker, I think they would feel differently about like James Gunn's. I want this movie to be really good. Just to put that out there. I want a good Superman movie. I want to have fun. I want this movie to be good. I want to be completely wrong, but like, I just don't think James Gunn is a is an American guy. I don't think he's down with the whole truth, justice, and the American way. I think he's the kind of guy who would say that was fascist. Prove me wrong, please.
I got the memory back, but as I think you were there for this, but there's that clip where Mutahar's addressing Boogie's like different lies, and then they get onto whether or not he lied about whether or not he finds like Mountain Dew tasty and what foods he doesn't find tasty. And his first suggestion when talking to Mutahar is like, I don't like curry. And they'll go, why did you go with curry? Why did you think that? And he's like, what?
It's like, wait, what? Why would you say that? Why would you go there, Boogie?
All the foods you could pick.
Yeah. Of everything you could choose, why did you suddenly just say curry?
He's like sweating his ass. I'm like, I don't know. I just said erratically. There's nothing to do with anything.
Guess we'll find out. Creature Commandos really made a splash, didn't it?
Nobody cared. Did
people talking about it all the time? I just see my chat flooded with Creature Commandos. Let's fucking go.
What was that tweet from the Creature Commandos finale? With James Gunn, like, didn't some tragedy? I'm trying to remember. Something horrible happened, and he put out a tweet saying, like, yes, the horrible thing happened. Anyway, the finale for Creature Commandos is out. Everyone should check it out. It was like
I think it was the Tesla bomb.
I think so. I'd have to.
I mean, a lot of things have happened in the year of January. A lot of things happened.
I saw people comparing it to. I think was there one for The Rock did one for Black Adam as well, who some kind of like horrible thing happened. Then he was like, and make sure to check out Black.
Yes.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
People?
Sorry about that Titan submarine. Watch Black Adam.
My new film, 2,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Oh, I'm trying to find it, but I don't know what keywords to use exactly. It's just
the Queen died. Was it the Queen died?
The Queen died.
The Queen dies. Watch Black Adam.
The Queen is dead. Long live Black Adam at the cinemas near you from Friday.
The Queen died. Was it really the Queen died? Holy shit. Oh, God. Well, that wasn't as bad as like Maui burned to the ground. And he's practically a billionaire, and he's asking you to give money to Maui. And Oprah.
Yeah. Hi, billionaires. Why don't you? Just a weird thought.
Just a weird thought.
Dude, the fact that because I was just checking it, 8 individual writing credits for the script and screenplay for Captain America: Brave New World. 8.
Well, I mean, 2.5 movies, you know.
Yeah. It's going to be so good.
It's going to be great, guys.
It's going to be dog shit, and we all know it.
You know that we talked about like hand-me-down like mantles or whatever. They've made Falcon a mantle alongside Captain America, and he's handed it down to that fucking other guy. In the show, it is that bad. He gets his wings torn off by Walker, if you guys remember.
Yep.
He throws it in a bag. It's on a table. Then the guy goes, "Hey, man, what happened to the wings?" And he goes, "You could keep those." It's like, what?
Remember what they went through to get him?
I know.
Like, God damn, really? Oh, God.
Hand-me-down shit. He gets the Wakandan upgrade with the Wakanda make a vibranium America Patriot suit. Wakanda.
Yeah, that sounds like Wakanda, yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? Neither country would be okay with that, by the the fuck
most
would
racist
America
country
wearing a Wakandan-made hyper, tech suit? It probably has like imagine the potential surveillance it has.
Wakanda wouldn't even share technology with their own continent to like fucking feed people.
Yeah,
like their
they
giant
made a Captain America suit for someone they didn't even like.
Their 24th century spaceship flies over a guy in a fucking donkey and a camel.
Like, hey, Wakanda.
Well, hey, I am starving to death, but good for you.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever.
No, I'm not sure.
Based Wakanda.
Can you imagine though, if they did make him Captain America, and he's just walking around with a suit with Wakandan tech. That's what you'd be like. Take the fucking thing off and throw it away, dude. We have no idea what they've done to that
So
thing.
I was in a staple of Americana yesterday, Walmart, getting some meat, and they had a.
Wait, is that a euphemism?
No, I was getting.
Okay.
No, I was getting some ground beef, some grass-fed ground beef. It's good for you. It's good for you. So I walked by the Captain African American display. The costume looks like shit, and you notice the A is now an upside down V. It's not even really an A, right? The costume looks fucking terrible. Like every aspect of it, like even Anthony Mackie came out and said, "Yeah, that cowl's bad. I got rid of it." I'm like, honestly, it doesn't help because Anthony Mackie's got like a skinny neck, so it makes him look just weirder in it. And then he's got this Power Rangers shit going on. There's nothing like the Captain America costume is iconic. The Iron Man costume is iconic. Thor's look is iconic. This is just gobbledygook bullshit made up by, it looks like a kindergartner designed it. And he would have done a better job, to be honest with you. And the power, like as a nerd, I'm just trying to get by a guy who throws a projectile, a circular projectile and you have wings. What are the chances that projectile like accidentally bounces off of one of the bad guys and clips your fucking wing? It's a terrible combination of a power set, and it's dumb, but it looks terrible. And then the Falcon's costume looks worse. Like it looks so trash. And we'll get to the Thunderbolts in a second. Even their like most of their costumes just look terrible. Like John Walker's costume looks good. Red Guardian looks fine. That's fine. But fucking Yelena, dude. 5 foot Yelena.
Ugh.
Taking on the Void. Okay, if you know anything about Sentry and the Void, like he would just evaporate her.
But she just looks in everything that we're seeing about her. She just looks so disinterested as a character.
Yep.
Not in an interesting way, not in a funny kind of way. It's just like, I'm just doing this shit. I'm just doing it. It's like that isn't a fucking. It's like Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn 2. It's just suddenly Aloy's just like every time she speaks to somebody, she's like, it just becomes the most obnoxious character. It doesn't translate well. It's never translated well on screen, this kind of stuff. And so you've got this miserable bitch, a bunch of people that nobody fucking knows. You know, it's like Kraven the Hunter. You know who Kraven the Hunter is because of being a huge Marvel, being a big Marvel fan. A normie has no fucking idea who Kraven the Hunter is. None. So how on earth do you think a movie about Kraven or Morbius or whoever's actually going to do well? Madam Butterfly? You would have been better selling that off Dakota fucking Johnson and Sidney
Madam Web, Madam Butterfly.
Madam Butterfly, yeah.
More people know who
more people definitely know Madam Butterfly than they know Madam Web.
Madam
It's like these people don't know. Nobody knows who the fuck Ghost is. Nobody knows who the fuck Mistress is.
Dude, you would be hard pressed to find, like, I won't say hardcore, but say regular comic book fan. You're going to go, all right, talk to me about Ghost. And they're going to go, wasn't it a dude? Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Are we? So there's speculation because of the trailer that Taskmaster is going to get killed in Act 1.
Good.
But I was
because it's not Taskmaster.
It's not the actress, right?
Also,
like,
I'm assuming, first of all, Olga's probably not even going to be in the film if that's the case. They wouldn't get the actress, I'd imagine, if it's
Let me check.
Turn up in Act 1 and get killed, probably by Sentry as a sort of like, oh shit, you can't be fucking around with him.
I said this yesterday, sorry to interrupt, but if everybody dies except for John Walker and Bucky, I might be happy with the film. I'm going to go, okay, cool.
Yeah, she is. She is in it. She is in it. Olga.
So are you sure? They've never shown her face. Isn't that weird?
Well, and this is the thing. She's not even in Beyond Act 1 from what it looks like from all the shots. She's not in any of the group shots post the initial scenes. And if she's got a mask on the whole time, are you sure that's not just... Because you look at IMDb as...
Not reliable.
Yeah, I would say...
I know. But IMDb is saying that she's
but IMDb will like update in real time when the movies come out. Like, I'm not sure it would make much sense unless she really did come in for like one scene or something. But
interesting though, if you go to her actress roles, she's only showing in the upcoming for the Thunderbolts.
So yeah, my assumption is she's a part of everyone coming together, but she'll be the one that's killed to set the stakes, which is really curious to me because, like, do you think that's a sign that they might bring in the real Taskmaster eventually?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a way to fix it. Maybe, like, if they like kill a bunch of these characters, that would be fucking great.
It would.
I would really enjoy it.
Guardian's dying. I think Red Guardian's going to die in this. I think they're a shoo-in to die.
Okay. I'm okay with David Harbour dying.
Oh, I'm absolutely fucking fine with them killing off that character, but I'm not sure that they would. I feel like he's a
massive commie, so he pulls off Red Guardian good.
I feel like they'll want to use him as he's like a punching bag in all of these stories. They probably won't want to lose that unless they give him some crappy like self-sacrifice thing. The fact is, they should all be pavement against Sentry, from what we can tell.
Yeah. So Sentry, I told the story yesterday. Is it was introduced in I've slept since then, mid 2000s, 2010s, and it was presented as a character, Stan Lee, a forgotten character, right? And it's basically a bad Superman trope, the bad Superman trope that was prevalent from like the 2007 to now, and he is so powerful. The big mystery was he's his own villain. So he is Sentry and the Void, and they're pretty fucking powerful. And the Sentry's like in some good stuff. War Hulk, but pretty fucking powerful character, and none of these characters could dream of taking him on. So I don't know how they beat him or whatever. But he's also blonde, and they were gonna cast an Asian guy, and he didn't take the job, so they got some other guy. And we get to see a little bit of the Void in this. This is a Super Bowl trailer.
Let's talk facts. The Avengers are not coming.
Why?
I know. Because there aren't any Avengers.
There aren't any.
Well, that's obviously the fun part of this that they'll never answer.
Exactly.
So the one part I like is him using his little void powers here. Like this. This is pretty cool. I like this.
The American people safe.
There's some big threat out there, and you are going to help me.
So there is no Taskmaster right there.
And this would be second act, this moment.
Yeah.
Because that's when Winter Soldier joins them.
Yeah,
got them all tied up.
He's taking them out the car. He's got them out. He's got them from the car. Yeah.
No Taskmaster.
Yeah. So they go up against the Void and they get fucking annihilated. Taskmaster gets annihilated.
Good. Hey, at least they put a girl in the costume this time. Yeah. You can see because their frame's gone from that down to that. Bro, that is the hardest I've ever laughed at a Marvel movie. Was what during that I was pissing myself laughing.
Helmet comes off and you just see the shoulders go,
and the shoulders go. Boop. And I did that half and half thing on Photoshop. Yeah. And you see the difference. It's like, oh my god, he's like 6 inches taller than her.
I think the most base thing was when that, like I said, when that stuntman was just like, "Here's me in as Taskmaster."
Didn't bother like putting boob armor on him or anything. Yeah. He's got a cod piece.
Yeah. That was so cute.
Oh my god, that was so bad.
You're going to help me stop it.
Wait, us?
Yeah, you. Why, you got someplace to be?
I love that guy.
Oh shit! Was I meant to laugh?
You were meant to
Sorry.
laugh at that point. That was
Sorry,
supposed to
my
be
bad.
funny. As
My bad.
Don't miss the next one, as Jesus.
I bet it'll be a thigh slapper.
Oh yes.
When's Stranger Things season 5 coming out?
Middle of the year, is it?
I think so.
So none of us comply?
So none of us comply. Is there any Russians in the chat? Are we allowed to be in Russia right now? Are you on a VPN? Those accents sound like shit to me. They're
They're always the same. All actors do the same Russian.
What do you mean they do same Russian? Broken English and Russian?
Yes.
All Russians sound like this. And then they go ha 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 when they laugh.
Yep.
So what, do we all just punch and shoot?
I can't think of a worse group of people trying to work together.
You brought them
I agree.
together, you stupid cow.
I agree.
She's the one that constructed the team.
Oh my god.
I want Jerry Seinfeld to come and go, so you're Lady Hydra. What's the deal with that? Madam Hydra.
Everyone.
I hate
But if
this
you don't
song.
know who you are, why would you stop?
I don't know either. Why wouldn't you just shoot him in the face?
Can we address this? Everyone here has done bad things. Okay, so Walker hasn't done bad things.
What did Walker do?
Killed a terrorist.
Killed a terrorist, but you
Killed
don't
a
let
terrorist
him
who killed his fucking partner, Battlestar, and tried to do the right thing.
Remember, they took his pension for that.
Yeah.
Gary. It was insane. That show was so fucking terrible. But then Ghost, yeah, she's done plenty of bad. She's just a bad person. She's selfish, so whatever. Yelena, I mean, she would have been a Black Widow, but that was mind controlled shit. So, like there's not much to say on that one. Bucky, he's not done any bad things.
He was the Winter Soldier, and he's still paying for that, I guess.
Well, that's not even the same thing as like Angel Angelus. That's just absolutely not his fault. He was captured and mind controlled.
Yeah, but he's white.
Okay. And then Taskmaster, well, that's just a villainous character generally, but again, mind controlled. So we got like 3 mind controlled people on this team.
Yeah.
Who did this bad
We've all
stuff.
done bad things that that we had no control over.
We've all done bad things. We
We
are
don't
all
do bad things with bad people. With selling steaks because we're bad.
we are bad.
We are not the Suicide Squad.
Here
That
is
sounded French. Sorry.
We are not the
We are not the Suicide Squad now. Okay.
Oh, so it did remind me. Did Yelena? She killed all those prisoners in the avalanche. Like, yes, but the movie thought that was a good thing. Right? So
we're dealing with
yeah.
Marvel morality here.
Yeah.
You never know what she sacrificed for you. Hey, you know that girl who helped the guy mind control all the women? Where they had, and who knows what they had to do? Sexual acts, murder, all kinds of things, murdering kids. She's cool.
She's cool.
She's cool.
Yeah, she's a woman.
She's a woman. Let it go. It's Rachel Weisz. I might
Who
be
won't be in this
a
either.
little more forgiving too, but
She's gonna be one of the forgotten characters of the MCU. Oh God, nice pause. Look at that shit.
oh, I fucking hate the
I
flippy
hate it.
helmet.
Have you seen the one everyone's sharing of Falcon? suit?
Falcon, yeah.
Oh God, it looks like the Ant-Man ones. They're awful.
Is it all nano? Oh,
Nanotech
okay.
shit.
And the CG looks like Eternals CG, like bad,
Mm-hmm.
really bad. Oh,
Lady fucks.
good God. This is Ghost, everybody.
You can't escape the past.
Do you know why she's called Ghost?
Look at this game.
Because no one's gonna go to the cinema.
Oh.
Hey, it's like your mind is somewhere else.
So you can do something about it now?
Oh, he put his arm in a dishwasher to clean it. Isn't that funny? That's funny.
It's about the funniest thing in this.
It's not funny.
This could get messy.
No shit.
I'm glad we got that line. We've never heard that in the trailer.
Yeah. This might be cliche.
You thought you were gonna be some great saviors?
So this scene is probably where Taskmaster dies.
Yes.
Because the latest shot you see of a Taskmaster in the show is in that room, and it looks like they'll get beaten up, and then Taskmaster's probably gonna get killed. Which is like, all right.
Yeah.
Save yourself.
We can't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just push it back when they're coming out, not there.
Probably the second.
Oh, Taskmaster.
Where Taskmaster dies.
Yeah.
That's probably it. Which is going to be so funny because they're going to pretend like we give a single fuck about Taskmaster. Like,
No, not Taskmaster. No.
She only had 2 weeks before retirement.
Why the fuck is she even here? You know, like what the fuck is the motivation going to be?
Why in the fuck are we calling the Taskmaster a she?
Well, because this one was a she, and she is going to die, so don't worry about it.
I like Task Manager. Props on
Task
that one.
Manager,
We can't do this.
That was free.
No one here
That's pretty much it.
is a hero.
Lena, when I look at you, I don't see your mistakes.
What does it say on that?
That's why we need.
I remember us talking about it like one of the first trailers they showed it again. But that phone he was looking at. What's the article about John Walker? Because it said
There's a scene like this in Falcon and Winter Soldier too, where he's looking at his stuff. It's Fall of a Hero.
What does it say?
He lost his respect when he killed a terrorist who was
it says
people.
You have fallen further from grace than
the
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Not long ago, Walker was what does that say? Thrust into something consciousness with all the fanfare of
public consciousness, probably.
Story of what went wrong starts long before. I'm just trying to see if it says anything like he brutally murdered an innocent man or something.
Well, no one
is this a Kotaku article?
Probably.
Well, no one could doubt that the boots of Steve Rogers were big ones to fill by any man's standards. Walker did seem to fit the bill, and that's where it kind of ends.
He fit it better than Falcon.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, boy.
It's a better costume too.
Mistakes. That's why we need each other.
Okay, that was really good.
Ugh.
We are the Thunderbolts. Can't call ourselves that.
Oh
God,
no,
thank
they
you.
don't like the name. Silly Billy.
We can't do it, can we? We can't. It's like, oh, what a silly name. We're in on it too. Don't worry. Like, what? Why do you have to do this every single time? Just try it one time where you don't do it.
What you would expect us to be called? Suicide Squad or something?
Are we some kind of Thunderbolt?
What the Fantastic Four?
Fantastic Four.
We would have been Fantastic Five, but Taskmaster just died. Fucking God. Oh, God. I hate this phone, man.
Avengers Tower.
This has
Yeah. Member buried.
that can raise to glory.
Yelena, Buffy,
Buffy, Red Guardian.
Everyone's
Did they
favorite
say Yelena? Is that all it was? Was Yelena? It's
Yeah,
not like
just
Black.
Yelena.
Yelena.
Everyone
What the
knows this. She's so iconic. Yelena.
Yeah. Hey,
Marvel's Yelena.
Yelena and Marvel's Katie. I want that so bad. Let's get that girl
Marvel's
team up. Let's
Yelena.
go.
Yeah, let's do it.
And they can be followed by the ghost of Agatha. Oh my God. Bucky. John, I hate this.
Yeah.
The darkness.
Not for long. Bye.
Final billing.
This team can be the heroes on the Wheaties box.
Nice reference to 1984 when it was important to be on the cover of a Wheaties box.
Yeah.
You guys even get that in the UK? Was it a thing being on the cover of the Wheaties box?
No, I mean we just get toys in cereal boxes, but there was no sort of like, oh my god, they made it to the front of Frosties.
Well, it was even in the 70s. Remember, it was a big deal that Bruce Jenner was on the cover of the Wheaties box. They need to update that.
Wait, who's Bruce Jenner?
Bruce Jenner is a guy who ran really fast at the Olympics and got some gold medals.
I can't find anything. I'm googling now. I just see this chick.
Yeah, they need to update that Wheaties box. Wheaties aren't even that good.
Damn.
Take your word for it.
They're not. It's like eating, I don't know, whatever you pack your eBay shit with in your box, you know.
With a little kiddie toy.
Oh,
did you get a toy in Wheaties? When did you get a toy in Wheaties?
I
don't know. I never got Wheaties as a kid.
That was stop with the unfunny. We think we're funny.
Yeah. Like, as far as trailers, Marvel trailers go, this is not the worst one I've ever seen. I'm just gonna say that. But
they're playing fucking Starship. Nothing's gonna stop us now, which is an amazing tune.
No, it's not. That song is garbage. That is a fucking garbage song. It is a garbage tier song. It's a garbage tier song. Starship sucks balls.
Get out your own stream.
Fuck, I'm not gonna get out my own string. I'm gonna pull the strings and grab my stream. I talked about it yesterday. Jefferson Airplane, acceptable. Jefferson Starship, acceptable. Starship is garbage. We built this city on rock and roll, and it's just like fucking 90-year-old Grace Slick doing 80s dance with some fucking bad Casio in the back. It's fucking horrible.
We need a poll.
They need to update that song too, because it's about San Francisco, and they need to say we built the city on shit.
Some strong foundation.
Okay.
They played it all the fucking time on MTV, and I had to like get up and turn it down because we didn't have a fucking remote. You kids don't know what it was like.
Oh yeah. You had to go and click the button on the TV, man. Fuck.
And then when the song was over, I had to get back up again and turn it back up.
If you had a TV that had a remote, you were posh.
You were fucking rich.
Yeah.
You're one of the kids who got the Millennium Falcon and the X-Wing fighter. Okay.
Oh.
And the Death Star playset. Yeah, you were rich. You were spoiled.
Dude. Fuck those people.
I know. Fucking elitists.
Alexi, have you slept?
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Oh, I'd like not to die today, so maybe somebody else can drive
it. They are so funny. We are laughing. That is humor. They're like, okay, man, this trailer's got to be the best of the best, and we're gonna save that one for last because that is our best. That is a banger.
That's how I sing. Banger. I'd rather not
sleep when I'm dead.
Oh my god, you're so fucking funny. So fucking funny.
I don't know about you. I'm David Harbored out. Okay. Damn it. He's going to be in a movie I wanted to see too. Oh yeah. He's in Working Man. Chuck Dixon's movie.
Oh yeah, boy.
He's in Working Man, plays like the blind guy who gives him the weapons.
Okay.
I actually can't wait for that movie.
Hail
Chuck Dixon.
Yes, sir.
We like Chuck Dixon. Wow. So that's the one they feel good about. Like Marvel's like, actually, this one came out as a pleasant surprise. So they feel much better about this movie than Captain America. Maybe that's why they paid it was $8 million per 30 seconds. So that was Did they play the whole trailer? I don't know if they played the whole trailer though. I felt like they played some of that trailer, but I could be wrong. So that trailer cost them was it 8 million for 30 seconds? So that's 16 million.
8 5 400 mil.
34
40 mil. 400 mil.
40 fucking $1 million
If it's 8 million for 30 seconds, that's 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's 40 million.
Holy shit.
That's the whole budget of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, by the way.
That's just a little over what US AIDS sent to Politico. So US AIDS. I wouldn't be surprised if Rewriting Ripley got some US AIDS money.
Oh, Feminist Frequency didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Dude, have you seen the discussion that's like, why do you care so much? It's video games. It's like, they went to the UN, those fuckers.
Yeah.
Dude, they spoke at the fucking Zoe Quinn blew 5 guys and got an invite to the fucking UN. I mean, honestly, she must be spectacular at it.
Well, they're just desperate. I think I'm probably more inclined to believe the latter.
Yes. Hey, it turned out it was all bullshit, everybody. You weren't crazy. You weren't crazy.
How queer, eh? Wow.
Where is Zoe Quinn? What's she doing these days?
Sucking dick for fucking tricks. I don't know.
That's too honorable of work for her. Okay. We don't want to disrespect the world's oldest profession by saying Zoe Quinn's in it. How dare you, Az? How dare you?
My bad.
I literally ran into her at Comic-Con one time. Like, I bumped into her coming in the front door.
Did you get tested afterwards?
Coming in the front door?
I did shout. Well, it was better than coming in the back door, MauLer. Yes, I was walking in the front door, and I walked through the security thing, and we shoulder checked.
Maybe.
Nah, but I didn't. I said, "Excuse me," and then I saw her face. I'm like, "Oh." This was like 7 years ago, back when she was a thing. Oh, hello, Remy. You here?
Yeah.
You hear Remy?
Oh, wow.
Girl. That's my girl.
Wow.
Dude, Remy has been a source of joy over the last week.
No.
So she never saw snow before, and it's the greatest thing to her in the fucking world. She just wants to go outside all the time and eat the snow and roll around in it and fucking run around. It's so funny to watch. I'll put some videos on Twitter. It's actually really fucking adorable. She's a good doggo. She's a good doggo.
Lenses, please.
Okay, so don't have the article. I don't know if you're out there, Lady Greymaster. I know you're busy with your day job and everything, but fuck that. I need my needs. I need my needs.
It's true.
I'm a little out of practice, guys.
Gary work is intended.
I need my needs. So
I need my needs.
I don't know how true it is because it could come from one of those stupid fucking sites on Twitter, but I heard Robert Downey Jr. is one and done after so does that mean he's just doing Doomsday and then fucking off, or as MauLer talked about before the show, are they filming him back to back? Maybe Doomsday and Secret Wars. I mean, I didn't think he'd go past Secret Wars. I didn't think he would do that. Which is such a way, because now we got to reintroduce Dr. Doom again. Sorry, MauLer, go ahead.
Well, it's just they paid so much fucking money, dude. You'd think they'd get 2 movies out of him.
You would think. Those motherfuckers. This is a true story, folks. This will get verified someday. This is a true story. Those motherfuckers bought a house to have a meeting in.
It seems so retarded, doesn't it?
It's so dumb.
They bought a motherfucking house so nobody, because like Disney Marvel leaks like a sieve, as you know, because I got like multiple people talking to me, but it leaks like a sieve. So they bought a fucking house. I wonder if it was in Palisades, but they bought a house just to have a meeting. Like there's some, covert wet works fucking rendition shit going on. I don't know, to negotiate the deal. And it was just like Feige and RDJ and I don't know, maybe a driver or something. But that's crazy. In California, that wasn't cheap.
Dude, the weirdest thing about this whole story is I believe it. That's the weirdest fucking shit.
If I told you who told me, you would believe it.
Yeah. If I think it's who I think it is, then yeah, I believe you.
You'd believe it. So I don't know, guys. One and done here. Maybe I'll find the article. Hang on.
I'll talk, but I'm trying really hard to get my Autobot insignia on Grooves.
Well, it's God, it's even worse than Twitter. It's fucking Threads. I'm not even gonna go there.
Ugh. I want to use Threads. Boom, fucking did it. Look at that, dude. Boom, I got it on perfectly.
Yeah, there's no articles on it, so I would imagine it's probably fucking bullshit. That's too much money to be in one fucking movie. Plus, like, you know, he's not going to be in there is a costume. There is a practical armored costume that they are doing. So they're starting to do that. They obviously didn't do that in Captain America 4 a little bit, but yeah. They start filming in March. Is that what you were saying, chat? They're filming in March.
And it'll be reshooting soon after.
It'll be
exactly. That's the and then reshoots will begin in April.
So what do they do after this? So Robert Downey Jr. comes back for a little while as Dr. Doom. They're going to reassemble the Avengers. They're going to bring back like Robert Downey Jr. will come back as Tony Stark Iron Man before the end. He will. A version of it. Absolutely. Take it to the bank.
I think Chris Evans said that he ain't coming back.
Yeah, really.
They're all saying the things now.
I don't. The only one I don't believe is coming back is Scarlett Johansson. They would have to do a lot of apologizing to her.
That one I believe.
That one I believe. Like she is done, and they did her dirty. I'm gonna say they did her dirty in a lot of ways. Like Black Widow could have been a great movie if they just done a fucking rated R, you know, Atomic Blonde, John Wick, violent shit. That would have been fun, but nope.
Well, I wouldn't recommend a violent shit, but yeah,
we've all had them.
And we're gonna have more.
No, I hope not. I hope not. Buffy. Let's talk about Buffy.
All right, let's do it.
Don't everybody jump in at once. Should I bring up an article? Do we even need to bring the articles? Are a week old? So
the footage though. You bring up that footage.
Got the footage.
Sharon Michelle,
yeah. That's a good idea. Don't mind me. Talk amongst yourselves. So Buffy, you might have heard that MauLer and I, like, you like the show too, as like we all like the show. We're all fans of the show. We're all fans of Angel.
Mm-hmm.
We're all fans of the. Gosh damn! I'm trying to like talk and do this at the same time, and I am not good at it. Hang on.
You're trying to talk and chew gum at the same time.
Yeah, don't expect much from me. Okay, keep the expectations very low, very very low. Here's the Deadline article that we can go to. Oh God, I just see Chloe Zhao's face, and I'm like, what the like. You're like, okay, maybe. Oh, it just gets shot down immediately, like immediately.
She's a huge Buffy fan. She's
yeah.
I like all the Buffy. And I am all the Angel.
Oh my God.
Should put that in a film.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot starring Sarah Michelle Gellar nears Hulu pilot order with Chloe Zhao directing. Now, Chloe Zhao directed what the fuck was the name of the movie with Frances McDormand where she's staring at scenery for 2 hours?
I never watched it, so.
One Best Picture. One fucking Best Picture. And it was so bad that the dude who's up for Best Actress, Gascon, talked shit about it from Emilia Perez. I mean, that was right after he like praised Hitler. So
yeah. All I'm saying is Hitler. I mean, Hitler had his opinions. What?
God damn. That whole thing is glorious. It is fucking funny watching that and watching like all this representation doesn't really matter that much anymore, does it? You are backpedaling like a mofo on that Oscar. It's a good thing the Oscar, like they haven't, I think they vote soon. I don't think they voted yet on the on the contenders. But they have plenty of time to not vote. So, okay, but back to this. Chloe Zhao directs. So she did The Eternals, which is arguably technically one of the worst Marvel. I mean, that there's a lot now. I remember when it was like, that's the worst. It's not going to get worse than this. And it did.
And yet here we are.
So it's in the bottom 3, 4 easily. Now we can separate movies and TV. Like, is The Eternals as bad as She-Hulk? No, but it's close. More than 2 decades after Buffy the Vampire Slayer ended its 7-season run, the beloved supernatural drama is eyeing a revival with a new chapter in the franchise. A follow-up series is nearing a pilot order. Okay, so by the way, we're talking about a pilot here, something they rarely do in Hollywood these days. So it is not, and it's crazy, like the popularity of Buffy. You think like of all the shit they brought back, you think that's what they were
brought back Willow. Like, you don't think Buffy would? You'd think they'd bank on that just broadly. Not obviously they being the broad sort of.
Emma Caulfield did post on Instagram going "secrets out" or something, so she could be involved by the sounds of it as well.
I mean, no offense to her, because I like her as an actress, but she could use the show for sure. She's not got a lot going on. I'm sure many.
She was in WandaVision, remember?
Yeah, she was. She's also dead, but
yeah.
That's not going to matter. Everyone's talking about how Cordelia's got to come back. Bring Amy Acker back. It's like all of these people died. Like, what are you talking about? It's like, doesn't matter. Bring them back.
Bring them back. That's the thing. I mean, apart from being creatively bankrupt, that they're even toying with this idea, it's just like, that's what it is, though. It just becomes a whole spurg of, I'll just bring everyone back.
Yep.
Remember this person? They died. Don't matter. They're back. Look, they're in a show and they're 20 years older and they haven't got a fucking clue what they're doing. Isn't it great? No.
No. I hate to break this to all of them. You haven't had much of a career outside of David Boreanaz afterwards because he's had a great career. And the reason being is you were hot young teenagers who could kind of act. And when you go to adults, kind of acting wasn't enough. If you were better, you would have gotten more work. So
well,
you got
see David Boreanaz's comment on all this. He said, quote, "I'm excited for you," being Sarah Michelle Gellar, "and your journey. Enjoy the moments and continue to always give back to the fans. Godspeed."
I ain't part of this.
Yeah,
in other words,
him saying, I ain't coming.
Oh,
You go ahead. I ain't coming to this.
Yeah.
And he's the only one who could probably pull off his role. They can make up some little gobbledygook about having his soul slowly ages you or something like that.
Definitely doing that.
Yeah.
Because they're bringing Spike back, obviously.
Oh, God, yes. Again, not young anymore. Same goes for him.
Yeah. That's what it'll be, right? And I think even James Miles would say, like, I can't come back. I'm too old. Then they'll just have one meeting for 5 minutes. So they go, oh, it's a spell. And it ages you. And he's like, oh, wow, that's great. Let's do that.
Or they'll just say, well, yeah, after the ending of Angel, they actually survived and they all got souls. And because they got souls, they're now aging. Or he became human. They'll do anything. They'll do all kinds of stuff. Magically, Spike had his vampirism taken away and is now human. Therefore, he's aging like a human. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah. They'll be able to come up with something. And they'll probably bring, okay, how could this have worked? 15 years ago when you were closer to the series and you maybe did a series of movies kind of like Star Trek. Maybe with Joss Whedon, maybe. Now
did a Ripper show or maybe a prequel show about a different Slayer, different Watcher. Probably have done that. I don't know that I ever would have continued Buffy's story. It ends. There's quite a definitive, fine ending, and then Angel's even more definitive. This is we're continuing it for the fucking sake of it, not because we have story to tell.
No. With Sarah Michelle Gellar expected to star, reprising her signature role as Buffy Summers, sources said Oscar winner Chloe Zhao, a self-professed lifelong Buffy fan, is set to direct the pilot. Written by Nora and Leela Zuckerman. Lifelong. Isn't Chloe Zhao from China?
Yeah.
Did they get to see Buffy in China?
I guess so.
Maybe some bootlegs or something like that. Didn't she piss off the communist government so much that that's why they didn't release the internals in China?
Yes.
In China? I mean, props to her for that. Okay. But your movie still sucked. The reboot hails from Buffy the Vampire Slayer Studio 20th. No, Disney. Thank you. And Disney. No, it's just fucking Disney. Okay. Siblings Searchlight, where Zhao has been under first look deal. They're just trying to give her shit now. Beyond the pilot order, I hear the reboot is starting a writer's room soon, a sign that Hulu and the studios have had expectations for the project going to series. It's unclear yet whether other original Buffy cast members would return. That is considered likely.
Oh, no shit.
Obviously.
Described as the next chapter in the Buffyverse, the new incarnation is executive produced by Gellar, Zhao, which means Joss Whedon will never, ever be involved in this because Gellar and Joss didn't get along in the good times. Via her Book of Shadows banner, Nora and Lila Zuckerman, as well as the original series executive producers Gail Berman of the Jackal Group and I can't pronounce their last name. VSWP. Frankenstein.
Falcon.
Captain Falcon. Also, executive producing the pilot is Dolly Parton.
Yay.
Hey, I like Dolly. Who doesn't like Dolly? Come on. Whose company Sandollar was producer of the original. That's right. She was behind the original. Buffy creator Joss Whedon, who also wrote the 1992 movie the series was based on, has no involvement in the reboot, but he's going to get some money. He's definitely going to get some money. He has not worked in Hollywood in any official capacity since facing a slew of misconduct allegations in 2021. If the Hulu pilot goes ahead, it will be the third in the franchise following the mothership Buffy and, of course, Angel. No involved. So, listen, MauLer, your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts.
Just generally, or like on the concept of a reboot, or just this news in particular? I mean, it's never going to work. There's Buffy. I don't even know that Buffy's remembered properly by a lot of its fans. It's seen as like this. It feels like the kind of thing that probably should have been rebooted already with how everything's going. You would have thought, but obviously the Joss Whedon shit got in the way of all of it. But it's not going to work. A lot of people say the line of "How can you make Buffy without Joss Whedon?" And it's like you can't even make it with him today.
No,
not possible. And it's like, what? Like you're not going to give him any chance whatsoever? It's like, listen, the perception of Buffy right now is that it was like this breakthrough feminist show that had some growing pains and bumps that need to be corrected, probably in retrospect. So this show will probably want to be like, that show is about growing up, so this show's got to be about adulthood or ushering in new generations through an older Buffy, while simultaneously trying to make up for the mistakes of the prior show and apologize for Joss Whedon, of course. Probably going to be thoroughly throughout this. And all of those goals are just, to me, there's not the story, and it's not a deep interest in these characters or taking care of them. And let's be honest, like, I don't know if you would have seen my tweet about it yesterday, but like, I really hate how much Xander's just despised as a character by the fan base, to the point where that's going to bleed in as well.
Yeah,
like all these like really retarded criticisms of Buffy that are so beyond inaccurate are gonna feed into like designing what the show is. I know that Sarah Michelle Gellar herself, she did not like season 6. She didn't like the directions a lot of it took, even though it's like the best content for Buffy's character, that she dealt with something so difficult. And it's like considered one of the best resurrections in the history of writing.
Yep,
like, justifying it. And all of this stuff, it's the edges will be shaved off. You're going to have really bad copycat Whedonisms, right? Like they'll have shit jokes constantly. Nothing will be taken seriously. They'll constantly be apologizing. and it's going to be filled with like really awkward and terrible lessons, and it'll maybe get one season, maybe two, and then just be completely cancelled and forgotten forever. And the sad part is I'll have to watch a bunch of my actors playing these characters again, giving it legitimacy, and you can tell that it'll be fun for them on set, but like legacy-wise, it'll only tarnish Buffy. There's nothing it can do but hurt it, really.
And we're going to see all of our favorite actors with their faces filled with plastic surgery. Because that's what most women look like around the world. No, they all look like that in fucking LA, and it always like is off-putting and weird. But aside from that, you're absolutely right. This is going to be an apology for Joss Whedon. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they write in a character that's Joss. That's like some.
That's what Xander is. He's a self-insert. That's why he's a misogynistic monster.
Oh fuck! Obviously, Joss was working.
The season villain will be Joss Whedon.
Probably, honestly, probably yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely parts of the fandom that are like that, and just they want to see what they want to see. It was of its time for one. That's going to be part of the problem, and they could have modernized it if they just focus on like the lore, instead of trying to be some sort of message or allegory, which the original was. But what really took over was the story and the lore, and it's kind of Whedonism come full circle. I said this the other day, MauLer. Like everybody's been trying to copy Whedon, and it goes back to like the original Doctor Who revival from RTD was inspired by Buffy, and so many things were inspired by Buffy. And then Joss Whedon came in to work for Marvel, and that's where the Marvel humor came from him and Gunn, right? Which is all Whedonisms, and it's just it's a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy, and this will be the worst copy.
Photocopied microwave.
Yep.
Like it's all fucked at this point.
And this might end it. Thank God.
Thank God. Yeah. Like I'm so fucking tired of insincerity being handled by people who have no idea why it's a tool in storytelling. Instead, they just fucking plug it in everywhere constantly and hope for the best. Because balancing tone is. It's not easy, but everybody fucking does it constantly in everything we see in modern stuff to like destroy any sense of tone in scenes, any seriousness, any sense of escapism gets fucking marred by like this modern day interest in being like, isn't this silly?
Yep. Like I can't see them taking a serious take on this, like not super grounding it, but taking a Penguin approach. I don't think that'll happen. I think it'll be goofy, LOL, so random, and it'll be a bad copy of Joss Whedon.
Old for this shit.
Is Joss Whedon?
Like, it was beyond. It wasn't just Buffy herself that like fucking drove all of this. Angel was a show. It went for 5 seasons. The formula was in there as well.
Yep.
Obviously, it was darker and different. But point being, like, the way to take all of that forward is to. What the fuck happened to the mutant enemy team? It's like they were making, I think, the Nevers, and then they got completely like abandoned, dispersed, forgotten. It's probably not even happening again. It's like that's what you actually need to focus on. It reminds me of game studios, where it's like, who are the people that made all of it? I'm not going to say that you can necessarily recreate it without Joss Whedon, but of course he had David Fury, Stephen DeKnight, Jane Espenson, Marty Knox, and all these people. That if you listen to the commentaries, they were as invested in all of this as Joss was. They were trying to make it work. They understood the formula. It's like, isn't that the more important thing to get them together? It's like, no, Chloe Zhao will take care of it. It's like,
yeah,
who the fuck are you?
I was a really big fan.
Oh, okay.
In China.
I'm just of the perspective that this can't even be close to Buffy, and the best thing to come out of it is to make people say, yeah, okay, I'll check out the other show, I guess.
Gary, can you remember why
I can remember
Gail
a lot of things.
Said that she was qualified to write Batgirl?
Yes. Gail Simone.
It's because she had red hair.
Yep.
Oh,
and
wow.
so does Batgirl. I kind of feel that this is the same sort of vibe with Chloe Zhao. I watched it. I watched an episode, and therefore I get it all. Kind of feels like that.
I watched some clips. Hey, that's why Kurtzman feels qualified to write Star Trek. You watch some clips on YouTube,
and then says that it's got nothing to do with Star Trek.
So this is like way too little too late. And it feels like Disney's not like what we just said earlier. There's not a series order. It's a pilot order in an era where they don't do pilots. And then Sarah comes out and does this, which feels like, to me, recruiting, like trying to get more people on board. Like they really want to get David Boreanaz on board. you know,
coming on board. He's had a successful career. He doesn't need to revert to this kind of stuff. He's done Bones. He's done that SEAL
Team 6. He's had 3 very successful series. He's probably very well off.
Angel is well behind him at this point. Like that was a journey and it's done.
I liked Bones. That was a good show.
I had fun with Bones, yeah.
I mean, we got to go. Like, Buffy, congratulations. People are very excited about this. What can you say?
Absolutely nothing. I can say that this has been in the works for a long time. It's still a little premature, so it's hard to speak about, but I'm incredibly overwhelmed at the response, and I'm really excited, and I want to do it justice.
You're obviously very optimistic about it.
I mean, I wouldn't do it if I wasn't, because goodness knows, I mean, there's a big shoes to fill, my own, which is kind of weird. I should fit in them.
Well, that said, I mean, do you have like a Mr. Pointy or like
it's not
the
just
Slayers? I can't remember the other.
It's the Joss Whedon's boots, and nobody's going to be able to fill those boots.
They can't. Buffy's just it can't be made the way that it was today. It's not going to happen. But like I said, what bothers me is like all the people who made it what it is. If we're gonna exclude Joss Whedon because he's persona non grata,
bring everybody else in.
There's no interest in like we're getting back all the people that gave Buffy its heart and soul. Like, no, we're getting Buffy, the actress. You're like, yeah.
You got Steven DeKnight out there who's still making stuff and is still good, right? So like put him in charge then, and you might have half of a chance. But nope. And they probably did ask him, and he probably said no.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if all of them were like, "You guys can destroy that on your own."
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure there's some loyalty to Joss, right?
Well, I mean, they know better than anyone how much Joss Whedon's the reason that those shows were what they were,
and they were there, so they probably saw that.
I assume you've seen it, but there are discussions online that are like, I don't even think Joss Whedon was really the reason the show was good. It's like, okay, if you want to go that route, I guess.
Fuck off with that. The proof will be in the pudding when this thing comes out, and
you can't argue it because the Once More with Feeling in the Body and A Hole in the World and Not Fade Away, they're like, and Smile Time, they're all so fucking amazing. And like his influence in all of those episodes were enormous. Like you won't be able to justify it. Like The Body's considered probably the best Buffy episode. There's a couple of arguments to be made about other ones, but that was written and directed and focused entirely. That was like all his work, So if you want to just
The Body is it's not just a great Buffy episode, but it is one of the best TV episodes, just period. The way that it's dealt with, the way that it's done, the tone, the mood, the everything.
Dude, Ben Edlund's still out there.
Yeah.
Get him.
Like I said,
Supernatural.
As far as I know.
Yeah, they're all still working. So maybe they were asked and they said no because they were there and they knew Joss was a dick, but they also knew that these actors were probably little prima donnas and probably trumped up a lot of stuff. And they did that audio drama.
Mm-hmm. Which nobody cared about. So that's what I think you're right about. What's happening here is like how much audience stir is there for Buffy, which there always was going to be enough to probably float maybe one season, but nothing more than that. I don't think, especially with how bad it's going to be.
Yeah, it's gonna be. If it makes it past pilot, and is this pilot going to be like a TV movie that they're going to put up to kind of run it up the flagpole to see who salutes, or are they just going to treat it like a real pilot and watch it and say, okay, it's good internally, we're going to go ahead and roll with it? Probably the latter. That would be my guess. I like this question when he asked her about her vibrator.
The Slayers, I can't remember the other weapon at home that you've been like twirling around, practicing with a little bit.
I do have a Mr. Pointy at home.
Yeah, have you broken it out to see how it feels?
I always use a Mr. Pointy. Take it out every once in a while.
When Freddie Prinze Jr. ain't satisfied, she breaks out Mr. Pointy.
Yeah, I can imagine that's on the reg.
For a spin, you got to make sure, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm,
You know,
yeah.
for a spin, you got to make sure. You know?
Wait, I got to get all the way back there. Sorry.
I mean, I always visit Mr. Pointy. Take him out every once in a while for a spin. You got to make sure, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to ask you another question. I know you're not going to be able to answer, but are you talking to any?
Does Mr. Pointy take batteries, or is it solar powered?
Batteries are included, or
other former cast members about coming back and reprising for a few episodes?
I will tell you that they are all aware. I speak to them all anyway. This is all really, really early.
Yeah.
You don't speak to Joss either, obviously.
No.
Nope.
It's something we want to do, but it's also about setting up the world. And, you know, again, it's so premature, so it's hard to say anything anyway.
Sure, I know. It's just like, you know, my job to ask.
It's exciting.
It's your job to ask questions. You fucking dickheads never do.
Nope.
Never ask the right ones, do ya?
No, they
the
asked
authorized ones. Well,
yeah.
Shit. When I saw that, I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, because the reality is, if there's anything to get the ball rolling on this, it would be Sarah Michelle Gellar being on board. That's like the biggest thing they need. Because then, once you get, she would ask James Masters, and he would say yes immediately. Then you get Buffy and Spike. If you can secure Willow, which, I mean, what is Alex Hannigan doing these days? Probably has room for Buffy.
Giles.
And then Dante Stewart would absolutely be on board with this, which means if you have Giles, Willow, Buffy, and Spike, you've got enough for a show already.
Yep.
Xander's dead.
They probably won't bring in Xander now.
You don't think so?
Xander became
I thought he got cleaned up.
No.
Well, it's not even a matter of whether or not he is cleaned up, right? It's the fact that, do you remember the 20th anniversary where he's conspicuously not in it with everybody because I think David Boreanaz and Sarah Michelle Gellar refused to be in a room with him?
Wow.
It's something like that. Yeah, well, obviously something happened at some point that wasn't good. My assumption is part of the deal Sarah's going to make is absolutely no influence from Joss, and probably Nicholas Brendan's not allowed to be a part of it either.
Yeah.
And of course, you would have to have massive creative control, which is another reason why I'm not sure this thing can even work. She was like notably against a lot of very good decisions that happened in the show originally. So I have imagining that Buffy's going to be a much less compelling character if she's got full control. And then, of course, we don't even know what the new Slayer would be, which is going to be something really insufferable, I'd imagine.
Oh, we could speculate on that all day long. But yeah, I mean, Sarah Michelle Gellar herself wasn't exactly a dream to work with, so they've all. I mean, actors in general are all fucking assholes. So, yeah, it's an environment that she needs this. Sarah Michelle Gellar needs this for any sort of relevancy.
Well, she's been starring in loads of random shit that's not been working out, so it makes sense that she's like, finally, I'll have my own big TV show again. It's like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to go the way. She's going to be like Riddler in the Batman. This is not.
You just never know what takes off though, because the She-Qualizer with Queen Latifah,
she beat a guy with a scarf. That was awesome.
I know, and that's cool. That's going for 3 seasons. I don't know if it's going to get picked up for a 4th, but my God, that show's abysmal. But for some reason, like 6 million people tune in on the reg. It's like, why? Why would you?
Why would you?
Took a while, but I did it. I got my groove on. Literally, I got groove on. So now we got the sensor. Just gotta wait for the arm now.
All right. Real quick, I want to get this article and then we'll get the soups. Yeah, she's in the Dexter prequel.
That's the thing that made us say that Buffy reboot is possible because they did it for Dexter or whatever, like taking care of a
reboot.
Well, I was gonna say, isn't this the 3rd Dexter show?
Yes.
I think it's all nonsense. I think she's just finally around about the time of like, you know what, let's fucking do it. I may as well do a Buffy show.
This was interesting news this morning. The CEO, of course, takes the absolute wrong approach. But YouTube Thing we're on quite a bit. I should probably blow that up even for you blind guys. Oh, look, Wicked. Great. Jeremy's favorite movie. YouTube viewing on TV now surpasses mobile and desktop. And
or
that we'll find out.
Okay.
But the fact that it's surpassing either of them even individually is insane. Now, I watch a ton of YouTube, and I'm starting to watch it more in my home theater just because I'm sick of sitting at my desk, right, and watching it. It's like I'm just going to go, chill in my home theater and watch it. And it's easier to watch, especially live, because you can see the chat now. But yeah, it's his takeaway that I have a problem with. CEO Neil Mohan says the platform's creators are becoming the startups of Hollywood. What?
Huh?
See, this is how fucking retarded YouTube is. Like, you still want to be Hollywood. You're bigger than Hollywood. You fucking morons. You fucking retards. You have people who will do stuff that costs you nothing, and they will just make stuff. You don't need to be startups for the fucking industry you're taking over. God, they're so stupid sometimes. What a stupid takeaway. As YouTube marks its 20th anniversary this year, holy shit. That's crazy. CEO Neil Mohan is in the positioning the video platform as a core player in the media and entertainment ecosystem and the culture at large. Mohan, a longtime Google and YouTube exec, is now in his third year as CEO after assuming the role from the late Susan Wojcicki in February 2023. In his annual letter to the YouTube community, he asserted that the creators are becoming the startups for Hollywood. No, you're the startups for fucking YouTube. I know he's watching the show. He always does. You're the startups for YouTube. Established professional grade media operations that are a far cry from the platform's early DIY days. And the further you get from that, the more it's just going to become TV. And in the US, the TV is now the number one device for YouTube viewing, topping desktop and mobile, underscoring the platform. It must be combined, but that's a good question, MauLer. An important one, actually. The platform's growing presence in entertainment, according to Mohan. Today's creators have moved from filming grainy videos of themselves on desktop computers to building studios and producing popular talk shows and feature-length films, which is all fine. I don't know about the studio format. I don't know. I think authenticity is still the currency of the future, and that stuff is not authentic. You know what, dude? Did you watch the Super Bowl, ass?
Oh God, no.
Won't even ask.
Like, he doesn't even ask me.
No. I watched the Super Bowl, and it was one of the most watched Super Bowls of all time. And fucking wrestling is more authentic than the NFL. Not the game itself. I don't think it's fucking rigged and none of that shit. It's everything surrounding it. All the commercials, all the contests, all the celebrities showing up, everything about it outside of the actual game is nauseating. I can't even fucking watch it anymore. It is so inauthentic. But no, I do not think games are rigged in the NFL. I don't. It's kind of difficult to do. Among other YouTubers, he called out Alan Chicken Chow, creator of Alan's World, and one of the top producers of YouTube Shorts video. MauLer, big fan of Shorts.
Oh, yeah.
Who opened a 10,000 square foot studio in Burbank, California, who went full Hollywood. A bold, fun, and colorful space filled with cutting-edge equipment and producers incredibly entertaining to watch by millions and millions of people around the world. And maybe it is. No disrespect to that guy. Kingar Dion, who is building a studio in Birmingham, Alabama. And the creators behind the YouTube channel, Mia Plays and Kuman. I've never heard of any of these people, but they've never heard of us, so that's fine. They're in Vancouver. So, yeah, it's becoming super Hollywood. Yay. We're going to see more legacy media, which we're finding out gets regularly beaten by fucking Tim Pool and PBD and Benny Johnson. More people are watching them than fucking CNN. So, yeah, it's going to go Hollywood. I mean, it's good news that more people are watching it, but I think a lot of those people who are watching it on their home theaters are watching their buddies stream. You know, like the thousands and thousands of streamers that get, 100, 200 views, which are great if you can fucking get it. And that's the streams I watch. I'm not going to some fucking overproduced. I want to see a grainy fucking God, what was the camera we used? 920. What the fuck was it? I forgot what it was.
Logitech C920.
C920, yeah. Logitech C920 at a desk.
It did the job, It did
the only thing I
only just got rid of mine like 2 weeks ago.
Dude, I implore you just to get a good mic. I don't give a fuck about the camera. Get a good mic. That's all I ask. But I'm watching those streams. Those are far more entertaining than some overproduced Mr. Beast like bullshit. A lot of people like it though.
That's the thing that goes on my TV downstairs in the front room the most.
Yep.
Is I'll go downstairs, I'll turn on my smart TV, and then I'll just go to the YouTube app, bang, and I'll just watch my my true crime documentaries until I feel like I'm ready to go outside and find somebody to murder.
Dude. Oh shit. I was right in the middle of vaping and I came out my nose. Oh shit.
Can't get any more authentic than that.
No, you can't.
You can't.
Oh damn. There's something wrong with you true crime people. I know it's fucking huge, and as I hate to point this out, but it's mostly for women, and there's some kind of I can fix him kind of weird thing going on.
Dude, it's mostly women that fucking do this shit.
Yes, I vape. I gotta have one
to find out how to get away with it.
I'm gonna out myself as showing off the gayest vape you've ever seen.
Is it pink? Oh! It was meant to be a joke.
Oh, it's all Michael Collins' fault. Michael Collins from Wandering.
Sure.
It's all his fault.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, my boyfriend's fault.
I'm not gay, but I'm pretty sure my boyfriend is. So we in one of those situations, Gary.
No, but dude, true crime. What the fuck is wrong with you ladies? You like to watch women get horribly murdered, and you're like,
it's a thing.
It's a thing.
Dude,
Okay.
if there's one thing I've learned from true crime is that you ain't getting away with murder. You ain't getting away. It's I'm a girl.
No, it's not like the 1800s when you could.
Yeah, you're never gonna get away with this shit. Even the ones that think they got the fucking most laid plans of mice and men.
Dude, fucking Jack the Ripper was probably walking down the street just covered in blood, and nobody thought twice about it. Like, how did he get away? It was the fucking 1800s, and everybody had syphilis. That's why.
When I'm watching it with a missus, though, we just go. Hey, do you fancy putting some murder porn on tonight? That's
murder porn.
That's how we refer to it as.
What's your casual viewing, MauLer, on YouTube?
Casual
If you
viewing.
care to admit it.
Well, I mean, right now, my casual viewing, whenever I've got a free slot, I'm trying to go through just different, shows I'm catching up on. I'm on Ozark right now, actually.
Oh, how do you like Ozark?
It's all right. It feels like a less good Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
I have not seen Ozark. No.
Seen a few episodes. I just found it too black.
Not enough levity.
It was not that needed levity. It kind of felt like just black, nihilistic for the sake of nihilism, yeah. And I just couldn't get into it.
Well, it's good enough to keep me going for now. But I mean, if it is only as good as it currently has been, I probably wouldn't recommend it for the moment.
All right. I gotta get some soups. I'm sorry, we're on a time limit, and I gotta get some soups.
Sure.
We're gonna have to do a makeup. Sorry, guys.
We'll allow it.
My casual viewing is right now is the Y-Files. The Y-Files. AJ's fucking awesome.
What about the Wen Files?
I think that's his alternate channel.
Oh, okay.
The Y-Files. It's a little channel. It's got like 4 million subs.
Oh.
Up and coming. Gets like 2 or 3 million views per video. Per half an hour video. Good stuff. Papa Vangaris For $4.99. Hale, do you think there's a silver lining to the age of bad sequels, prequels, etc., where people learn to stick to what they like and forget the add-ons? Maybe. I mean, that's what we're going to have to face in the, and I'm putting this in air quotes because we're post woke as far as the general audience willing to put up with this shit, but they're still going to make it. But we all have, there's the other problems we have to deal with, which is creative bankruptcy.
We're never going to escape the desire to see another one of a good thing.
Never.
That's common in every aspect of entertainment. Whenever something fun and good happens, it's like, can we get another one, please?
Welcome back, Gary and Hale, the real BBC. As someone new to comics, what runs of Spider-Man would you and Az recommend? And are there any good runs that are with a happily married MJ? Well, the Straczynski run. So Byrne brought her back, and there's the Straczynski run until they undo it. And of course, there's back to the original. The reason they got married is because they got married in the comic strip. Right. So yes, there are. But like Marvel's different than DC, where you can go, you can pick a run.
Yeah.
From Batman, and you can kind of jump in at that run and enjoy it from beginning to end, get to know the character and stuff. Spider-Man doesn't have stuff like that. Spider-Man, later when they started like making shit for trades where they had a 4 or 5 issue story arc, certainly could. But as far as like being seminal, the Straczynski run is interesting because it started out really good and it went to and if you just end it back in black, you're good. You can go, wow, man, wonder what happens next. Don't go beyond that though. But I would recommend starting Spider-Man from the beginning. Go find, I don't know if you have the money for an omnibus, but go find some of the essentials. They're black and white. They're good. You could probably find them at a used bookstore for nothing. And you get 30 issues in those, 30 or 50. I can't remember. And you can start from the beginning. That's where I would start. Because like people always say Kraven's Last Hunt, but there's a lot of shit that builds up to Kraven's Last Hunt. You would have to get some context because that's pretty much his last hunt. So you're just jumping in at the end. So you wouldn't want to do that. I really like a lot of Spectacular Spider-Man. Those are cheaper to get. Spectacular Spider-Man. Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man is a hell of a run. A hell of a series.
Hey, is it 34 where he's going to the ball game? Which number was it? 34. He's going to the ball game without Uncle Ben, and he's sort of reminiscing why he used to hate going to the ball game. Then he kind of realized what was happening when Uncle Ben used to take him year on year. That fucking issue is fucking dude, it's outstanding. Out fucking standing.
Missing your dad, essentially. Yep. Missing. Mm-hmm. Gone through that myself.
Run numbers. I think that's volume 2 of Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yep.
I think it's around 34-ish, 30, maybe 32.
Volume 2 was after they dropped the Peter Parker. I believe. Welcome back. Oh, I read that one. Hey, Gary, hope you're doing well. Best wishes. Molly, how do I convince you to watch Invincible and hear your thoughts? Cecil and Omni-Man are great characters.
I mean, for it to be like pushed all the way up, I probably need some recommendations from people like Gary, Drinker, Fringy, Rags, people who checked it out because they had the time too and are like, this show is amazing.
Well, the first season was really good. Apart from his girlfriend, who they just made a complete fucking bitch. And then I just never even tuned into season 2 at all. But it's so annoying because if his girlfriend in the first season wasn't just a complete DI bint for the sake of doing that, and they just pretty much stuck to the kind of comics, then it would have been absolutely spectacular that first season. She was the one that dragged. The bad stuff was just her. But I just didn't even pick up season 2 at all. Didn't hear any good things really about season 2. No hype. The hype seemed to have just dropped off. I don't know if it's because there was such a gap between season 1 and season 2 coming out. or what, but I heard nothing that said, yeah, you need to go watch season 2.
It came out in like a weird release sort of thing, right? I think in pieces.
Yeah,
it did in 2 parts.
I seem to recall. I need to catch up on it. I thought it was all right. I'm not going to say it's great.
Yeah,
like
I've got lots of
too.
shows to watch, and that's the kind of recommendation that puts it a little lower. You know, everyone's like, "Yeah, it's okay."
We go to the Paladin for 20. Thank you, Gary. My condolences. Cheers. As in MauLer, I've been on a bad game bargain hunt and recently got physical copies of Gollum
Nice.
for $4. I want to get one. Dustborn for $12 and Veilguard for $10. I'm going to make YouTube videos covering their awfulness. Pray for me. Good luck. That's a good.
Try and pick up Concord, although you can't play it. But try and pick up Concord. I've got a sealed copy of Concord up there. Remember, only about, was it 17,000 or 25,000 physical copies sold of that game?
Oh, Jesus.
So get yourself one.
I will admit, I get a bargain. But I have these are kind of like trophies. So I have a King Valk. Somebody gave me a King Valkyrie at a meetup, right? And that gave me the idea. So I have an OSHA, I have a Captain Marvel, and they're like they're hanging in my bathroom. And they're like my trophy case.
They're in the room where shit is made.
Yes. I might take a picture of that someday. Dojo Coder for 200 Czechoslovakian pesos. Hail the real BBC. I know this might sound insane, but Dexter Original Sin is actually pretty good. Even I can't believe it, but I can recommend it. Give it a watch. Not the first person I've heard say that. Not the first person I've heard say that. Digby Strawbridge for 10 British pounds. Afternoon from chilly South London, gents. It ain't as chilly as where I am. It's not.
What's temperature there?
Oh, I'm going to do Fahrenheit. It's 14.
So it's minus. You're in minus territory.
I am in minus territory. I am well below freezing. Well below freezing. It's going to snow tonight, and the low tonight will be 6.
It's about 2 degrees. It's about 2 degrees. One here, centigrade. About 2 centigrade here. It is chilly.
It's fucking balls cold. Dreading the rise of the reanimated corpse of Buffy. Looking forward to your take on it. Yeah. If it gets made,
I'm gonna watch the first episode for sure.
Absolutely.
I'll be watching all of it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Is there a situation that you can see where you think actually no. Okay.
Okay. No. Like anything's possible as. Like, you know what? The Thunderbolts could be a mid-movie. I could walk away from that going, 6 out of 10. Okay. Well done, Marvel. You did it, buddy.
That's above average, 6 out of 10, dude.
Dude, that would be a huge victory if they got that. And I think it's possible. There's certain things like the Acolyte. I knew it would fail. The Marvels. Everybody knew the Acolyte would fail. Everybody knew the Marvels would fail, except for a few people out there. Buffy is one of them. There's no chance this is good. 0. Yes, Enoch Maman reviews and rants. Gary loves Painkiller by Judas Priest. I do. It's my favorite metal song. But what if, hear me out, it was done in the style of Bon? No, I will not hear you out. With Bon Jovi, Springsteen on vocals. No, I'd rather go deaf. Quick, someone create an AI. Put it on Gary's timeline. No, don't. Oh, okay, now I just guaranteed it's going to happen. LC Lappin for $10. Gary, we need Jackson Public and Doc Hammer to write for more comic superhero shows. Venture Brothers is a masterpiece. You hear that, MauLer? Venture Brothers is a masterpiece. If you want to see something where I give the highest recommendation humanly possible for anything, it is Venture Brothers. Venture Brothers. And stuff like Red Death's monologue in The Gentleman Villain proves they know how. Dude, yeah, I don't know what else they're doing. I'm sure they're doing other stuff, but The Venture Brothers. I wish we would have gotten a final season. I'm glad we got a movie to wrap things up. Aegon the Base for 250 Martian pesos. I would like to address the long man. MauLer, please shield Gary's ass from the ravages of time. Hold them tight in your bosom so that even the talons of death cannot touch them.
Okay.
Let them stream forever.
I don't know if he's going to want to stream forever.
I don't know if I want to stream forever.
You know, he can go for as long as he wants in whatever way he wants. We'll give him that freedom.
Well, that's what she said. Off topic. Says Dr. Daisuk for 200 Danish krona. Sorry. Whew, I just offended you. I saw a guy named Glenn Beck on the PBD podcast today, and he predicts that Epstein files will be released in 10 days, 10 freaking days until hunting season begins. That'd be interesting. I love that you said. I saw a guy named Glenn Beck. Yeah, Glenn Beck, well known here in the United States. I mean, I've been on a show. Remington PRD for $5 says, MauLer, you're the director of Scary Movie 6. What are your funny modern movie parodies? Nice to see you back, Gary. Sorry for your loss. Hi, yes. Cheers.
That's actually kind of a difficult question because you really need to go and understand the current sort of state of horror, basically, and then find all the best sort of avenues to make fun of it, while simultaneously trying to like comment on how things have changed. But then scary movies, a lot of their power came from generally parodying whatever was popular at the time as well, trying to blend it in somewhat. So you know, it's going to be a result of its times. The most focus, I can't believe I'm saying this, sounds so stupid, but the biggest focus you need is be funny. You got to actually tell jokes that are fucking funny.
I mean, just like, I'm not into low budget horror. I'm not into slasher horror. I like supernatural horror. So I'm not a big body horror guy or anything like that. But just from the outside looking in, it seems like there's a lot you can make fun of. Just with Blumhouse, you could talk about like you can make fun of the low budgets, and it's always some girl, you know, like a Saw. You can like do shit about Saw all fucking day, and it'll be hilarious. There is so much you can play with Saw. You know, just people being retarded. You know, it would be funny.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot there. There's a lot there. You can go the Blumhouse Universal route, which is always some allegory for misogyny. You can do that.
Of course.
Jack Chipper for $10. I'm 100% sure KCD2 is anti-Christian. Thank you. Okay. I was like, is that a rapper? Oh.
KCD2. yo.
Is anti-Christian. They closed the churches. They like they did in COVID. I can't believe I'm forced to play 200 hours just to end up smushing a dude. I'm drooling, and I think I'm woke and homo. Well, you went through with the 200 hours, man. That sounded like some effort. It sounded like you had plenty of times to make a decision to maybe back out.
I couldn't say no.
Yeah, considering that is an option that you decided to choose, good on you, I guess.
Jack, not judging you in any way, shape, form. You're welcome here, but it's I went through 200 hours of gameplay and plowed that dude's ass, and I might regret it now.
I had to get through 2 hours and make an optional choice to fuck a dude, but I did it. I fucked him in the ass. Yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of things. I've heard quite a bit actually about people being disappointed because in the first Kingdom Come Deliverance, you could go into the churches, and a lot of the churches, the interiors were actually designed by people who were funding the game, and they were, you know, like a really cool thing for people to go into. The fact that you can't even go into the churches in the second one has people back and has people's backs up. And the response to why can't you go into the churches was we didn't have time. We didn't have time to do that. If we had more time, we would have loved to. But then you think, okay, but you had time to make anti-Semitic quest lines. You had time to change the relationship dynamic between Henry and Hans and stuff like that. So it does seem like a bit of a bollocksy cope in that regard. But there again, like I said, this is. I was gonna stream it again today, and I just couldn't. I couldn't find the fucks to give. I'm actually looking at.
So you're working your way to plowing that dude's ass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was just too. He was just playing too hard to get.
I have my standards.
I'm looking at other stuff to do. There's a few games that I've picked up, which are kind of like lower budgets and stuff like that, but they look interesting. So yeah,
we got some breaking news that you decided to retweet and ask if it was Krista Nova, which is kind of huge, from Benny Johnson. Breaking Anna Paulina Luna. You might recognize her. She has a great mind. As to lead a task force declassifying secrets from Epstein, JFK, 9/11, and COVID-19 origins and more. It's time to give Americans the answers they deserve, which is why I am honored to lead this bipartisan task force. We'll see if it happens. I'm all for. Oh man, this is great.
That picture though, doesn't that picture make it look like Kristen Nova though?
Sure, yeah. Canadian, but she's not Canadian.
I thought you meant the avatar on the screen right now from the super chat. I was like, how the fuck does that look like?
Like, what did she ever do to you?
Yeah, wait, what? Here, I'll bring up the here. I'll show the picture. This is okay. I'll do this, Gary. How about
that? It does kind of look like her.
Just the way that the image is.
Maybe her older sister.
Yeah, it just looks like Krista in about 10 years or something. Not that this saying this lass is but you know what I mean. God, fucking hell! I just realized when you talk about women's looks, the minefields you have to walk through.
Yeah, when it's men, you can just say, "Wow, it's hot. I want to bang you." But women, oh.
I kind of want to play 200 hours of a video game to plow your ass.
I don't want to sound gay or anything, but I really want to fuck you in the ass.
Oh shit, Mr. Blue Sky. That's a good song. I like ELO. Good band. Rey, she is all the Jedi and all the Sith. So now she can be all of the Avengers and all of the Justice League. Why not?
Is it? No, that's Gaia.
Yeah,
she's all the Avengers.
And now, if Daisy Ridley like mud wrestles her, why am I blanking on her name? Emilia Clarke. That'd be okay.
It'd be a cool story.
Cool story. Both of them should do a sitcom together. I think they'd be great in like a little sitcom, a British sitcom. I think it'd be fantastic.
Is it called Washed Up Actresses?
Yeah, it's called Washed Up, and they're cleaners.
And they keep trying. Like each episode is like, "Do you want to be in?" It's a different role that they absolutely cannot do. And then at the end of the episode, they go back to being cleaners again.
There you go. Perfect.
Barn Bocock for 20 New Zealand pesos, 2 parts. So you are put in a football field size arena of castle ruins and forest with slick high metal walls keeping you in. All start unarmed, but various types of swords only can be found scattered in the zone. Pick 3 of the TV film characters to defend you. The other 4 will try to kill you. Achilles, Aragorn, Conan, Inigo Montoya, Sir Barristan, The Bride, and Zorro. Classic outfits and all in their prime.
No, Achilles.
Dude.
Achilles immediately. No thought. Achilles.
Aragorn.
I kind of want Sir Barristan.
Sir Barristan's badass. Not the fucking show Sir Barristan.
Prime too, in his prime.
In his prime? One of the greatest fighters in the history of Westeros.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe Conan, Barristan, and Achilles.
But Aragorn is a man of the West. So he's an uber man. He's stronger than a regular dude. Yeah.
Achilles, Aragon, and Conan. That's who I'd pick.
Conan's not bad.
I feel like we're all going with Conan.
Yeah.
Just fucking coming
As long as it's not Arnie Conan. Everyone is. The hell you come! Come!
Fucking Numenorian, man. I don't know. Achilles. Pretty powerful, too.
Just a little bit.
Except for his heel.
So I'll make sure he has the right boots this time.
Yeah, he's got some big old boots on, not some fucking sandals. That's what you get for fighting in sandals.
Yeah.
Conan's all, I'll fight your ass in sandals. I don't give a fuck. The God of Gravy for 1999. Gary, missed you on FNT. That was weird not being on. Missed you like the JW series missed the point of dinosaurs. Jurassic World. Hybrid this, Locust that, and now a Rancor instead of a T-Rex. And all I'm trying to say is that Pearl Harbor sucked and we all missed you. Cheers. Cheers.
Big old debate on Open Bar about that. I'm sorry to report, but Drinker was just completely wrong.
About what was the debate?
He was talking about how Jurassic World and dinosaurs in general, so excuse the expression, long in the tooth, that you'd want to do something now that like makes them more interesting, like a space orc, like bulletproof fucking skin, like invisible dinosaurs. You can't just have the dinosaurs because that's boring.
They keep finding new dinosaurs. You just introduce the new dinosaurs. They keep finding things that are bigger than a T-Rex that were deadlier. Like
one of the things that I said, between us all, we are aware of a very tiny % of the actual dinosaurs, because mainly from pop media that we know them. You know, there's fossil hunting people and there's archaeologists and there's people who are just interested in the topic themselves. But dinosaurs are fucking cool, man.
They are. There are still places like you would think, you know, that U.S. is just overrun and overpopulated. It's not. There are giant swaths of land where you will not see a human for a long time. And there's places where you could still walk around. You'll find dinosaur bones not buried. They'll just be on the ground or in a rock. You'll like, they're still finding them everywhere. And some of them are fucking big.
And I think it's all down to the filmmakers anyway.
They all look like birds.
We had the Indominus Rex, the Indoraptor, and all this shit, and they were all terrible because the people who were making the films didn't make them scary.
Yeah.
All you need, like, you look at a fucking polar bear. It's already scary enough on its own when it's just a
big bear,
a dinosaur. Like he's.
No. Okay.
And, have you seen the Rancor T-Rex?
I did. Because the guys on FNT broke down the Jurassic World. What is it? Trailer for an hour.
Jurassic Park.
And we got hit for it.
Worlds.
Fucking Universal. Fuck you.
Part 9.
I'm fighting it. Yeah, like I really like that first Jurassic Park film. It's really neat. It's really good.
I fucking adore the 93 film. I kind of hate all the others.
I kind of don't like any of them after that.
Same.
But a lot of people do. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if it beats Fantastic Four and Superman at the box office. Not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised.
Reliable
prediction, yeah. If that international market can kick in the way it normally does, then the other two are in trouble.
Yeah, FF and Superman will beat them domestically. But
yeah.
Sorry, MauLer. What was that?
I was just saying people like their dinosaurs, and the Jurassic franchise has the fucking monopoly on it.
Well, China are hiding the fact that the Captain Falcon, African American's black, again. So they're doing the best marketing they can for that film.
Did you see Google have removed Pride Month from as a calendar event?
Yes.
What? Wow.
Yeah.
They said they were going to do that. I didn't believe them.
It's such a sign of just how much these companies would manipulate the shit out of people. Are trying anyway.
Oh, yeah. And the Cope article, oh my God, I've got one that I have the video half done, and I should just finish it. Fuck it. Because a lot of people haven't read it or seen it. And that's all it is. It's like, I can't believe these companies were not about the cause at all. They were just about money.
I got magic beans to sell these people.
I know. And it's like,
it is that simple, dude. Like, some bean counter was just like, we're going to lose more than we gain this time if we do the pride stuff. So,
yeah,
stop it.
It was risk aversion. That's all it was.
Yeah.
And now they're getting rid of it over the same reason. Risk aversion. Aversion. Fucking
aversion.
Stroke.
Aversion.
Disney threw away George's treatments. The only thing they kept was the idea for a female lead. Luke going into isolation and Han and Leia's child going bad. But Lucas always intended for Luke and Leia to rebuild with their what their father destroyed. Yes. Marcellus, he also, like, some of his midichlorian shit was fucking weird, and I wouldn't have gone with that. But thank you for the 50. They're lame. Okay, they're just fucking lame, and they will never not be lame.
You're gonna upset Ryan.
I will upset Ryan, but Ryan knows this to be true. Okay.
Search your feelings, Ryan.
You will know it to be true. Ryan Crawford for $49.99. I watch you guys while driving a 15-ton loader. Is that safe? He must be pretty good at it. He's a journeyman. On a busy building site in Liverpool. Hell. Right on. My boss disapproves, but fuck him. I agree. Fuck him. Are you here? Can you hear me, boss?
Fuck you.
He's getting his work done. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all give me
the best guy you've got.
Y'all get me through the week. Well, you be careful. It keeps me sane in an insane world. Thank you all, and sorry for your loss, Gary. Cheers. God, the health and safety for your job must be nuts. I mean, it's nuts here too, but like we were watching Clarkson's Farm again, and when Caleb had to be on that loader, right, or that lift, and he had to be strapped in and had a helmet on.
Yeah.
And then when he got off, he fell up and he fucking hit his head. And Jeremy's all, we got to get rid of the health and safety equipment. It's injuring people.
Oh, did you guys see that new EU regulation for smashing bottles of, like, on ships and stuff? Do you see that clip?
No.
Oh my god. Okay, actually, I should be able to find it for you. It's the funniest fucking example of EU regulations just being the stupidest shit. Because basically, I guess someone decided it's too dangerous to be breaking bottles on ships to launch them.
Oh God, really?
So, yeah, just click that and play the video. It's so fucking embarrassing.
Okay, hang on, I got it.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is what you do on a parody. This is the perfect sketch. It's real.
We're still in parody world. We're still there. Like, as I load this up, I am still getting multiple comments every day from my Amelia Perez review, and all of them are all this is South Park, right? What the fuck is this? This is not real. This cannot be real. It's real.
That's so bad for South Park. What are they supposed to do?
That's probably why they've given up. They're like, we're done.
Stupid. Everything's too stupid.
Oh my God. There it is. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Sure, the volume's all turned up. I would love for him to break his hand. Okay, yeah. That is more dangerous than breaking the fucking bottle.
Yes, it is.
That's what happened to the smash it on the side business?
That's dangerous as.
Wait, this is the fucking replacement for it.
Yes.
Yeah, this is making it better.
Does that sums up the EU right there, man? There is the EU encapsulated. Bureaucracy of Britain encapsulated.
Oh.
Yeah, some people say the ship is cursed now. I was like, yep.
Oh,
think that shit.
That is fucking funny, man. Ed Song for 20 says, Wonder Woman, Snyderverse, Aquaman, restrain him, Aquaman, with my trident, not your lasso. Me, I didn't know you can restrain people with a trident. I say we equip police with tridents as they are effective tools of restraint. Why not? You know,
Take
I was
up your mother's trident.
I was looking for the origins of the MCU. You will see it in my video. It's a supercut, so it's for the new people. It's a lot of old stuff that you might not have seen, like strung together in a 3-hour video. But I pinpointed the true beginning of the MCU.
Ooh.
Was Wonder Woman. Now, it had been happening in the comics beforehand, and I do mention that. But as far as the movies and Kevin Feige's decision, the precipice that pushed him towards this knee-jerk thing with no plan was all the criticism he got. And I mentioned this in my videos. After the success of Wonder Woman, it made Marvel look bad. And everybody was asking him, when are we going to see more female characters leading Marvel movies? Mm-hmm. And that's when he came out and said, half. We're going to put half in. It's going to be half. It's going to be more than half. We're going to have more women in.
More than half. We want to get it so that more than half of the fucking fuck off.
He was quoted as saying, "The age of men is over."
Oh, Garrett, put that clip in. Garrett, we still have time. I know you're listening.
We still have time.
We still have time. I don't know how the fuck you dude, I bitch about rendering like a 30-minute video. I don't know how the fuck you do it, MauLer. Props to you, brother. Props to you.
That's honestly the biggest part of the process that I try not to talk about. People have no fucking clue the amount of duct tape and prayers that hold that shit together.
Well, I mean, Avatar is a shit movie franchise that's fucking terrible. Technically, you know, groundbreaking and stuff. It takes months to render those films. Months. Which is not surprising, honestly. How long does it take to how long did it take to render Doctor Strange Mom?
Oh. Well, so the easy way to say it, I think, even with my PC, which I, built it to be a monster, it's like 1.5 the times of the timeline. Mm-hmm. So 9 hours ish.
That's not bad.
That isn't bad, but that's the thing. This is like my machine's like a Leviathan.
Yeah, I've got. You know what? Maybe I should use my Meta PC. Gave me a pretty nice computer. As did you hear about it?
With mentioning on Vegas, and anyone who uses it knows about this. Like sometimes it'll just be this one clip that's stored in the wrong way.
Yeah.
And then Vegas just goes, "No, whole project's gone."
Like, yeah. Bye.
Start over. Yep.
Can't do this. Bye.
A solution for that is to render hour, and then find the clip it's stuck on and render around it, and then just render that out in a tiny way, and then put all of those clips back into Vegas to one big, because it could, you're rendering like 6 videos together then.
So you're using Vegas. I'm moving to Vegas, not the city, to the editing program. I'm getting.
I like it, but I'm not sure that I'd recommend it. I'm so used to its crazy nonsense, if you know what I mean. That like. I've heard other people recommend other programs, but like I don't know if I can move to a new one at this point. Right, I
use Premiere just because I was trained on Final Cut Pro, and it's practically Final Cut Pro, so I'm familiar with it. But Perry uses Vegas.
I'm still on Camtasia.
Yeah, I got rid of Camtasia when it just started crashing on me all the fucking time, like all the time. But it's basic, bitch. You can do a lot of stuff, and it's pretty easy to figure out. Like anybody.
Yeah, it's very intuitive.
Premiere is not in any way, shape, or form. I don't know. I hate Adobe's subscription thing. I miss my physical copies. Fucking hate it.
Everything's subscription. Fucking doorbells a subscription now.
Yep. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. My security system and my doorbells are subscription. Garage door opener is an app now, which is kind of cool. I kind of like it. It's got cameras, and I can open the garage door. Or if I forgot to say, if you forgot to close your garage door and you're like a mile away, you're like, fuck, I got to go back home. Now you just go boop. Bloop. Josh Kelsey drops $19.99. Cheers, brother. Bo Edwards. That's what Josh does, by the way. What do you comic fans think of the official DC licensed Harley Quinn fart fetish comic? I don't. I don't know if you are aware that I wrote a seminal work with the help of these guys too, but I wrote a seminal work. It's been animated twice. It's called The Killing Woke, and it's the Joker shooting Harley Quinn in the fucking face and killing her because she needs to die. It's a terrible character now. Cake and a pie have a knife fight. Who wins?
Pie.
Pie.
Cake's a softer. Pie's got harder crust.
The harder crust is definitely going to help, but the cake does have fire.
Well, it depends if the candle's lit. And they're on the top, so you can still do plenty of stab. I'm going with pie.
Diabetes wins.
We all win. We all win.
We all win.
I do feel the pie is the hero in the story, though. So
yes, yes, but okay, cake or pie? As cake or pie?
In general, just in general.
Just in general. Where's your go-to? Cake or pie?
Oh, I gotta go with my gut. My gut's saying cake.
Yep.
But that's not fair. There's different times for both of them. How am I supposed to choose?
Okay, I mean, like, you know what I mean.
It's like they are kind of their equivalents in their savory versus sweet. In a not really, but kind of. If one of them has to leave the world forever, I would actually probably kick out cake before pie.
Really? Wow.
It's just that we got other options for cake, but pie is like a fundamental. It's a really cool one.
It is. You know what? Pie, like, I guess you could have a meat cake, but you could have like pies, you know, that are chicken pot pie. It's fucking awesome. Love chicken pot pie. Gary, for the love of all that is holy, use your damn Meta PC. I bought one because of you, and that runs Age of Empires 2. I use it.
Age of Empires 2.
I use it. I just got to clarify. I didn't get to clarify. I use it all the time, but it's strictly 100% for streaming only. So I don't make videos on it. I don't surf the web on it. I don't do anything but stream on it because I had so many fucking problems with so many computers streaming, mostly because I was retarded. But Meta PC saved me from that, and it is never given me a single issue with streaming. It is wonderful. It is absolutely wonderful. I will start probably making videos on one. I'm gonna buy another one for making videos because I'm due. Because right now I'm making videos on Adele, not Adele. Adele.
Working on Adele, all right.
I'm working on Adele. Well, she's better looking. You know, I lost a little weight. She's got a good voice. Alienware. It's been great, but it's no Meta PC. Hail Meta PC. Code Nerdrotic.
Hell Meta PC. I'm not even fucking using it. Buy one. 10% off.
Code
Nerdrotic.
I'm not asking for no fucking.
Meanwhile,
I'm gonna hit up Zach.
Fucking games all the time.
Buy one.
Gets fuck all.
I game.
Go on. Finish this thought.
Go
Gary.
on.
Finish this thought.
It's time to go, guys. I'm sorry. We've run out of time.
Damn it.
We've run out of time.
Dang.
I'll get the rest in the square up. I do apologize. Thanks to everyone for the wishes, the well wishes, and lots. You take a week off. You have to do 2 weeks worth of stuff in 1 week, and I'm really excited to be back. I missed you guys. Life goes on. You know, we'll still be dealing with stuff. I will be in Wisconsin for, I don't know, as long as my wife needs me to be here, because she can't leave right now. So I have my little background. I'm in JT's office, which kind of sucks. I'm surrounded by his stuff, but but yeah, I'm gonna be here as long as the fam needs me. The boys are up here. We got one dog, and it's fucking cold, so I'm not leaving the house. There's no reason to leave. We're in the boonies, dude. We are in the middle of fucking nowhere. I'm surprised I have internet. You know what's cool though?
What?
Just to make drag this out longer, because I know it's going to irritate Az, because I live to do that.
Dude, I can just click X at any time I fucking want.
You can.
Yeah, you won't.
T-Mobile now has Starlink. I have Starlink connected to my phone.
You're linked to the stars.
I'm linked to the stars.
Stars.
It's pretty cool. So There are still places in the US where your signal just dies. You brought that up. That was a great trope, and not trope, but it was a great story point. And I'm at the couple of seasons in the X-Files, MauLer, where they use it all the time. It's like no signal. No signal.
Even Buffy and Angel, they have that like moment where Angel's supposed to have his phone all the time, and the joke is always that he doesn't really know how to use it. He doesn't get it.
That's funny.
Yeah, you got to try and write your way around it.
All right. What do you got coming up, Az?
Tomorrow, Rip and Silv back on Eric's channel, I believe. 7:30 UK time, 1:30 Central. And then there's going to be stuff and things coming up this month. Mr. P's coming up on Saturday as we start to build the 9 DF120 module cases and get them in the office. The office is going to be sorted over the course of the next few days after that. So it's going to be quite interesting. A bit of all go. Go.
Nice. Excellent. How about you, MauLer?
Well, I've actually been invited to this really lame show on Friday I'm going to have to go to. So there's some thing about like a bunch of guys talking about nerd shit. I was asking if we could finally talk about some football. They were like, no, Captain America, you're Falcon, me.
Yep.
So that's where I'm going to be.
Baseball's just around the corner. We got spring training. We can break that down for 2 hours.
All right. Yeah.
Done with that.
I'm actually really knowledgeable on the baseball.
I bet. Well, cool. Yeah,
there'll be Friday Night Tights and EFAP episodes on Brave New World. Is that what it's called?
Brave New World. Captain African American.
Oh, so exciting, man.
Can't wait to title my video that.
And I've done my homework. I have watched that stupid TV show again.
I will start that tonight, unfortunately.
Have fun.
Well, I might want to finish that video, though. That article was funny. You'll see if you see it. I hate having something half done and then leaving it. Because I had recorded half of it before, we heard about JT. And I had to bail, but we'll see. See you Friday. As I guess we won't see you Friday because I'll be back on the show. So obviously you're just not ever going to show up again. So whatever.
That is the weirdest fucking way to ask me to come back on Friday that I've ever heard in my life.
I think you should.
Yeah. Maybe it will.
Okay, fuck you. You show up then.
Brave New World. Are you?
I'm watching it I am watching it Friday. Oh, dude, I ain't gonna miss this fucking clusterfuck for the world, mate.
Dude, it's not like 2.5 hours. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God for the Nerdrotics. You know what? Thank God for the chat. The true stars of the show. Thank God for everybody who donates to the show and help keeps the lights on. We appreciate you. And I'm grateful for all of you and all the well wishes. It's been overwhelming in a very good way. There will be an open bar on Thursday, I believe, right?
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah. Drinker perpetually frustrated that a lot of the big topics happen the day after the show. So it's like,
that's why I chose
Friday. I mean, Saturday works too.
It does. Well, the reason I chose Friday for real was all the other days were taken by, bigger streamers at the time. And I'm like, well, everybody goes out on Friday and I'm a loser and I don't go out. I'm very happy and boring. So let's do it on the night that everybody goes out. Nobody watches streaming. That's why I picked that
look how it turns out. Plenty of people don't go out on Friday.
We're all losers. It's awesome.
Yay.
We found each other. Oh. You know what? Being fucking boring is awesome. Like going out on Friday night and getting all fucking wasted and stuff. It's
lame.
It's totally fucking lame. Totally lame. Love you guys. All right. We'll see you next time. Are we back on my channel next week? How do you want to do that, Az? Yeah. I don't care. Either way.
Yeah, back on the channel next week.
Okay. We'll be back here next week and then we'll be back to the flippy floppy. Diddly doodly.
Like a bit of flippy floppy.
Yep. X-ray girl will be back next week with her keen insight on all that is nerd. I know she's listening out there. I'm just kidding. See you guys next time. Ciao. Bye.